animals, right? Yeah. Chase McCabe is off today. Sitting with me here is the one and only Dr. Crane. Christian Skelton back in the studio. We need a nickname for him.
Yeah, I know. Can't be the skeleton, man. That's just too
Christian.
generic.
Yeah, I would prefer not to be the skeleton, man.
All right, there's a famous comedian back in the day named Red Skelton.
Yes,
Nani,
sir.
Remember Red Skelton, the comedian?
Yes, sir.
So now, Christian, your name is Red.
All right, yeah, I'll take that.
Like from Shawshank Redemption.
I'll take
Red.
that. Yeah, that's great.
So good. We're Red. So they ask why and say, your great-grandpa was Red Skelton, the comedian. People, what?
Hey, yeah, they'll believe it.
You ever heard of Red Skelton?
No.
Dr. Crane?
I have not.
But Nani has, and that's all that matters.
Yep. For those, Joe is referencing my grandmother. She's here today at the Social Cantina, where we are broadcasting live from out past left field at First Horizon Park on the outskirts of the stadium. And it is a beautiful day outside. We have a few clouds here and there, but, I mean, can't get any better.
Didn't ask for weather report, buddy.
Well, I'm just giving you a little weather report.
Thank you very much.
There's always, like you said, the meteorologists go crazy for 3% of rain. I'm going crazy for beautiful weather.
They won't go crazy for this.
I will.
They'll be like, it's sunny and 80. But hey, tomorrow, 2% chance of spotty showers.
Oh, geez.
They love doing that. We got a fun show for today at 2 o'clock. Tyler Kulka, quarterback of the National Cats, will join us. Big game in Clarksville. We'll talk about that. 1 o'clock, Chris Sanders. And at 12:30, friend of the show, Gary Sinise, Lieutenant Dan's going to join us at 12:30 today. We're so excited just to have him, the Gary Sinise Foundation. We'll talk about his son that just passed away, that an amazing artist, and they've discovered some new music with him. It'd be fun to talk to him. And then there's this great connection, Dr. Crane, between Gary Sinise, his foundation, and Paul Skeens, who you think is the greatest baseball pitcher ever.
Yeah.
You're pretty dang close. But
thank you.
What's the connection with Gary Sinise and Paul Skeens?
Paul Skeens donates strikeouts. So every strikeout, which is $100, if he strikes a player out, he donates that to the Gary Sinise Foundation.
Wonderful. So he's at 99 this year, right?
Correct. And his rookie year, he had 216. His second year in the league, he had 170. And he's just been going up and up and up. So, I mean, he has a 6-6 record this year with a sub-3 ERA. And like you just said, 99 strikeouts. So that's $9,900 already donated to the Gary Sinise Foundation. And Paul Skeens was also nominated for the MVP, the most valuable philanthropist for the Gary Sinise Foundation, and got awarded $10,000 from Major League Baseball.
Love it.
So,
I mean, it's great. So we'll talk to Gary Sinise, Lieutenant Dan, at 12:30. I don't know. I mean, there's been iconic roles in films, but I mean, come on, that's got to be a top 5, right, Lieutenant Dan?
I mean, you have to put it in there,
right?
I mean, I don't know what else tops that.
I'm gonna ask him. I'm like, when you're making Forrest Gump, did you have any idea the movie itself would be amazing, but your character would resonate with so many people and be so iconic 32 years later? No?
I mean, look, I'm 27 years old. That movie was around when I came out. Like, it's crazy.
Where'd you come out?
No, oh boy, no. As a child from birth.
Right.
Let me clarify. Yes.
All right, I'm just making sure. That movie came out in 94, and you were born in 98.
98.
Good.
So I said around that time.
Okay. So, but we all know the movie, and it's so we're grateful that Gary Sinise will join us today. That's at 12:30. All right. You know what? It takes a big man to admit something. And so I got up this morning before I go to the gym. I turn on TV and I'm watching the national broadcast, and I'm hooked. I'm hooked on the American soccer team now. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Everybody. I mean, there's a crowd in Seattle this morning. I think it was 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Tens of thousands already on the street ready for this event.
I just love that the World Cup is bringing so many people together, not just the tourists from Europe and South America and Asia, but the fact that Americans are coming together collectively to support a national team that, we really haven't got this vibe in a while, because the men's team has always been the little brother in this case to the women's national team. They always play at the highest level. They're always winning women's World Cups. Now the men's team has a golden era of players they've had for, I'd say, 2 World Cups now, definitely last World Cup for sure, and they can finally capitalize on the opportunity. They take on Australia again today, and it should be a fun one to watch.
Well, it's just finally, thank the Lord, there's something that whether you're on the left or the right or whatever you are, we all can come together as one and promote and support and love on this soccer team.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw this or not, but Front Office Sports tweeted this out yesterday. American Airlines, which is one of the sponsors for the U.S. men's national team, on an air flight to Seattle before the game, anybody that bought a ticket on that air flight, they had a U.S. soccer jersey that has the stars and stripes of the United States flag, along with the Tridonda soccer ball, size 1. And then they had a little small care package as well. It was pretty neat.
What's a Tridonda?
It's the name of the soccer ball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is that the same one National SC uses?
No.
Okay.
No. There's an MLS league ball that they use.
Okay.
So.
All right.
But it's
good.
all Adidas. So, I mean, yeah, it's all in the same family.
All right. That's cool then. So, yeah, I bought in the hype. So, Social Cantina, the pregame starts at 1:45 here inside Social Cantina. There's already some people that are here getting ready to watch the game. And
It's a beautiful day. Please come on out. It was a wonderful day.
So, again, my soccer knowledge is getting there.
Sure.
Football, it's the kickoff. Basketball, the tip-off. Baseball, first pitch. Hockey, drop the puck. What is it to signify the start of soccer?
Kickoff. It's a kickoff.
It's a kickoff?
Yep.
Finally, you guys caught up with football. Thank you.
It's a kickoff.
Okay.
You're welcome.
All right, good.
Yeah.
So you excited about this game today?
I am. Like you said yesterday or Wednesday in studio, there's a little bit of I'm a little apprehensive about it, a little nervous.
Right.
Just because the question marks around Christian Pulisic. He's been training on the side field the last couple days. He aggravated an injury that he had before the Paraguay game, match that is, and he's just still dealing with it. So if he's not out there in the starting 11, he'll probably be available off the bench. But I'd be a little bit worried because, like I mentioned to you the other day, and now other analysts online are starting to bring this up, is that Australia has 2 forwards that are very fast, and they close down space. And I mentioned to you Chris Richards, who played well as a center back for the U.S. men's national team last Friday.
Sure.
Now they have Tim Ream, again, another fantastic center back for the men's team, but he's older, which he's going to be tested. So he now has to have his positional awareness on the field to be a lot, more wiser, because he can't just be running up and down the field.
Wiser. There's not more wiser.
Wiser. That's
yeah,
more wise.
More wiser.
I'm
It's
sorry.
okay.
Yeah.
It's like, look at all the deers.
Yeah. No,
okay. It's okay. We're learning. We learn.
Yeah.
It's a learning show. You're welcome.
So, Tim Ream, who's more of a older center back, has to be, very cautious with how he runs around the field. Okay.
Well, good. Who's the best player on the men's team?
For the U.S.?
Right? No, for Sierra Leone.
I'm just saying right now for the U.S., it's Flo Balogun.
Flo Balogun.
Yeah.
Is he an MLS player or
no,
EPL?
He plays, I believe, in the French league. I'll have to double check on that.
Where's he from in the States?
So it's a cool story. His mother's Nigerian, and she was not able to fly back on the plane flight home when he was born. So his mother stayed and had him in Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
And so he was born in America.
Love it.
So he had the opportunity, when you get older in world soccer, if you're a multinational player, you have the choice to play for your parents' home country or the country you were born in or whatever. Because if you've recognized in years past for the men's national team, there have been players like Serginho Dest, Julian Green, that have all been born on a U.S. naval base or a U.S. military base of some sorts in Europe. And they have the opportunity, even though they were born in Germany or Spain or wherever, or the Netherlands, they now have the opportunity to play for the U.S. team. So
okay,
it's pretty neat.
Why aren't you? You should be working for Fox. I'm glad we have you, because if we didn't have you, nobody at our station would know anything about soccer.
Well, that's what I'm here for.
Good. Own it.
Thank you.
What have I told you for a couple months?
Always own it. This is
own the soccer world, man.
I appreciate it. And another thing we can add on to this for people that are wondering what would happen for the result today.
Yeah.
If the U.S. ends up winning, they solidify their spot in the knockout round. If they end up tying or losing, then their fate lies on the final game, which is against Turkey.
So like anything else, just win.
Yes.
All right, well, good.
So if it's a 1-0 win, I feel like, yes, there's going to be the average fan that I keep reiterating that are going to be upset from the scoreline because it was kind of a boring game. But yet the intensity of the game is what's going to keep your eyes drawn to watching it on the television. So just be prepared.
All right. Well, there you have it. Good. Well done, pal.
Thank you.
I look forward to it at 2 o'clock. I've bought in. You've convinced me. I've bought in.
As you can tell, I'm wearing my US 250 shirt today.
Yeah, where'd you get that? Temu?
No, Fanatics.
Okay, please tell me that's made in America.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't want you wearing a 250 shirt that's made in Taiwan.
No. This is American made.
All right, good.
American made.
All right, our question of the day is, and this is kind of apropos of what's happened on Sunday, Father's Day, 615-737-1025. We'd love for you to text in, tell us your father's name, what you'd like to tell him, and how important he is to you. So just load up the text line today. We're going to honor Dad on this Friday. And look, it could be your grandpa, it could be your uncle, it could be your brother, it could be your son-in-law. I mean, if you want to honor a dad for Father's Day, please, we're going to read as many as we can today. 615-737-1025. I'll start off. My grandfather was the second greatest man to ever walk planet Earth. God, he's been gone now 40 years, but he taught me about Jesus, right or wrong. Never had a bad word to anyone, and worked his tail off every single day. And I'll see him one day, but that's my grandfather is to me the greatest man that ever lived. So that's mine. 615-737-1025. Dr. Crane, who would you like to pay homage to?
My grandfather and my father. Obviously, my dad's a big part of my life. He's helped, shape me into the human being I am, the grown man I am today. And, it's pretty cool to be working in sports and on the radio, because my dad's been a big avid sports radio fan, listening to it. And he's every day, if he's traveling to Memphis or traveling to Paducah, or if he's traveling to St. Louis, wherever, he's always listening to the station on the app or on the radio. So I really appreciate my dad for all the support, just not only for me, but also for my brother. He was there when, we wanted to start playing baseball at 3 years old, and we all played t-ball, coach pitch. He's just always been there for us, and I greatly appreciate it. And I love you, Dad. I really do. So, I can't go without that. And then obviously my grandfather, my grandmother's here today, just hanging out and about. But my grandfather was a big part of my life as well, and he kind of taught me a lot of things that you don't really get to learn in the classroom. And the old Italian ways, and just being just knowledgeable. Just I call it the Italian intuition. He taught me a lot of that type of stuff. So I'm very, very appreciative of all that as well. So I love my pop, miss him dearly. He's been gone probably about 13 years now, and not a day goes by where I don't think about it.
There you go. Red Skelton, what you got, buddy?
I just I'm going to see my dad this weekend. He lives in Kingsport, so gonna have some fun watching the U.S. Open with him this week, and that's kind of our tradition. Every Father's Day, I go up there and watch the U.S. Open with him. We're both big golf guys, so that'll be a fun time. Yeah.
What we need a first name?
Jason. So shout out Jason. Yep.
There you go, man. Keep him coming in. 615-737-1025. Shout out to your dad. We need to know the name. And you can just text in and say the name if you want, and I love you, whatever. But we're going to do that today and read a bunch of those off, because in honor of Father's Day on Sunday. Again, coming your way at 12:30, Gary Sinise will join us with the Gary Sinise Foundation. Some big events happening around our area, and this great connection he has with Paul Skeens. 1 o'clock, Forever Titans receiver Chris Sanders will join us. And at 2, we've got Kulka Mania. Nashville Cats quarterback Tyler Kulka will join us.
Love it.
Big game tomorrow in Clarksville at F&M Bank Arena, so we'll talk to him then as well. Caller text 615-737-1025. We're live today at the Social Cantina out here in, is this Germantown?
Yeah, it's Germantown.
Germantown-ish?
Yeah, ish.
We're right next to First Horizon Park.
Past left field fence, folks.
There we go. Big day. U.S. The men's team goes at 2 o'clock today. You can catch the game right here at Social Cantina. Back with much more. This is the Chase and Big Joe Show, brought to you by the Omni Nashville Hotel. 1025 the game. All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe Show live at Social Cantina, right next to First Horizon Park. In fact, we are just about in left field at First Horizon Park, outside the gates. They got a big game tonight with not the Sounds, but the Party Animals, part of the Savannah Banana group that's going to be here tonight, and they had a packed house out here the other night too as well. So they're playing tonight.
Yeah, it's called Banana Ball.
Banana Ball, is that what it is?
Yeah, I believe so.
So Party Animals taking on somebody else. It's crazy how that's all taken over. Aren't they be with you tomorrow?
Yes, over at Duncan. Thank you, out in Bellevue.
Where exactly? Bellevue's a big spot.
Let me give you the exact address, Joe. Thank you very much.
You and the Rifleman.
That is
are out
correct.
there.
That is correct.
615-737-1025. Keep sitting in your messages as your shout out to Dad for Father's Day that's happening. We'll read a few of those here in just a moment. 615-737-1025.
7120 Highway 70 South out there in Bellevue.
Okay.
So there you go.
Is there any landmarks out that way?
Wish I could tell you.
Maybe you should know that before tomorrow.
I probably should. I'm doing my research.
What are you giving away? Anything good tomorrow?
Nothing I know of yet.
Okay.
So
I want to read your thing there.
Well, I haven't got anything. That's the
well,
issue.
I'm proud of you guys. You and the
Thank
Rifleman out there tomorrow getting that done. So it'll be a fun little Saturday remote for you boys.
Yeah,
Proud of
it'll be fun. Thank
proud
you.
of you.
I appreciate it.
Well done.
We have
That's
a good time.
All right. Anything else going on with you?
No, not a whole lot. Just gonna watch the soccer game today, and been looking at a few of these things online about the college football, the Protection Act, and all that stuff. It's crazy.
There's so much with this right now that I'm like, all right, I don't even know where to begin, where to start. I just know it's not going to get anything done.
Yeah, I think the best place to begin with that is the Big Ten and the SEC are not on board with the current deal.
Right.
They still want to talk a little bit more about this. So this is, even though it's been brought up, I think we're about a month or two away from it.
Right.
Actually getting some concrete stuff. Excuse me, not stuff. Concrete items, situations to where they can go forward.
Thank you for not using the word stuff.
You're welcome.
It's just using that word it's just a lazy word.
Yep.
Right. So thank you for that.
You're very welcome.
If the Big Ten and SEC split away, that's the end of college athletics as we know it.
I've been saying it for the last 3 weeks.
Terrible.
There's going to be a breakaway league before 2028.
Terrible.
It's going to happen.
Was the ACC and the Big 10 or Big 12 do? They'll do their own thing. Now it's just a house divided cannot stand.
What we're going to see, Joe, and this is just my opinion, we're going to see 3 different divisions. The group of 4 or group of 5 now, whatever that is, because of all the different conferences coming together.
Yep.
They're going to have their own national title game or their own little tournament. The ACC, the Big 12, and those smaller Power 4 conferences are going to have their own little, tournament or their own little national title game, whatever it may be. And then you're going to have the SEC and the Big 10 have their own league that's going to look like the NFL. It's going to become the minor league of the NFL.
So who's the national champion?
You're going to have 3 different ones.
Right. Nobody cares.
And then guess what? You're going to have the FCS football that's going to keep doing their 2014 playoff.
Right.
And it's going to be the most purest thing of college football.
Division II's got theirs and 3 and NAIA. I mean, on and on and on. And so it's I don't know where to start. I don't know where where this end game is going to be. All right, let's bring in 615-737-1025. Zach on the phone. Zach, welcome in to talk about your pop. Zach, tell us about your dad, man.
Hello?
Yeah, what's up, Zach?
It's Jack.
Jack, hey,
Jack.
buddy.
Oh, Jack.
That's all right.
Damn it, Red.
Where are you at today, Jack?
Now I'm out in where am I? Redwood.
Okay.
Redwood.
Oh.
I'm in front of the WSM Tower. And
nice.
a traffic note 24 headed for Murfreesboro or the Outlet Malls. Been a huge wreck under Harding Place. They're kicking everybody off.
Oh,
It is
no.
a massive mess.
So the interstate shut down over there, Jack?
Yeah, I'm guessing it must have been a fatality,
Ugh.
usually what happens. But, they're making everybody get off. Everybody heading south, making get off at Harding Place.
Thank you for that, Jack. With traffic on the 20s. Jack, thank you, buddy.
There you go. I grew up with my dad and my mother's father is my grandfather. And I lost them both before I became a man. And I've always wondered what it would have been like to know them, at least as a young man, to them.
How old were you when you lost him, Jack?
Papa died when I was, I'm guessing 12. I think I was probably 12. And my dad passed right after I graduated high school.
Oh, man. Well, you know what? At least you got to know him, buddy. You got to know a little bit of him. That's a good thing, right?
Oh yeah, it's amazing how many times they cross my mind, or what I missed out on. With
Yeah,
just,
I get it,
going
man. I get
when
it.
they
Hey,
did.
I understand. Jack, thank you for that, man. We appreciate you always calling in.
Okay, brother. See ya.
Yes, sir. 2104 on the text line says, my dad was Joe. He passed away in 1989. He and my mom moved here in the mid-70s. For those that remember, he opened Pal Joey's, which is now Mikado's off Harding and 24. Also Backstreet Lounge, which was a nightclub off of Nolensville in the 80s. Also Leashing in the 80s over by the zoo. I remember that. And Olympia Sports Bar at Murfreesboro Road right before he passed away. Yes, 2104. I absolutely remember all that. Never met your father, but I remember those all very well. Thank you for weighing in, 2104. Our question of the day is shout out, not so much a question of the day, but you want to shout out to Pop because it is Father's Day coming up. Let us know. Patrick says, I'd like to send a shout out to my Pop, Pat Sr. Great man, worked nonstop for our family and missed every single day. I miss you, Pop. That is from Patrick. One more from Robert here and says, oh, man. I'd like to take this opportunity to shout out to my dad. He really was a superhero. His superhero ability was invisibility. LOL. Thank you, Robert. I understand that one 1,000%, buddy, but thank you for weighing in. Nevada Josh says, happy Father's Day to my mother because she was a single parent raising two kids, being the mother and the father. Amen to that. Amen to the single dads. Amen to the single moms who are doing the work of two every day. Trust me. Trust me. Your work is not going unnoticed, and who you are raising is not going unnoticed as well. So thank you for all that. All right, let's take a break. You ready?
Yes, sir.
On the other side, Gary Sinise is going to join us. We're looking forward to this. Got a lot of things happening with the Gary Sinise Foundation and this great connection he has to Paul Skeens and this wonderful work of his late son. The music that he created is just beautiful. So Gary Sinise will join us next right here. This is 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe show right here on 102.5 The Game, live today at Social Cantina. That's a cut from Gary Sinise's son, who had tragically passed away 2.5 years ago off an album called Southern Grind. So we're waiting on Gary to call in to talk about the music he continues to find and discover that his late son created and put together. How cool is that to keep? Wouldn't you love that? Like, I know you love your grandpa more than life. Wouldn't it be great to come across like a recording or some interview, something that you've never seen, and that would be so cool.
Yeah, I've seen people with their deceased relatives. They'll do like a nice, video of them, and they said you can't watch until after I pass away. I think that's kind of a neat thing. It's kind of morbid in a roundabout way, but it's a special video. I think that's pretty neat.
There's this thing that they do now where you could put this in a filter, and like your mom would be posing for a picture, and like she turns a certain way and I'm like, I don't like that. To me, I don't like that. And it's just not, I don't know. The memory of, I get some people like that. I understand that. I'm not doing that.
Yeah. And for me, I've even told my grandmother this, and even my grandfather, I like handwritten sentiments. I think those are the most special thing on planet Earth, because you go back and you look at time capsules and people bury those, and then you open them like 10 years later, and you look, and it's their own handwriting. It's their own signature at the bottom of that lovely letter they gave to you. It's basically a love letter from you to your grandparent or you to your parent. I just think it's a special thing.
Well, that's why we like Kenny the Mailman. We love you, Kenny the Mailman. And Kenny will send us handwritten letters and notes. It's just really, really cool to do all that. So we'll connect with Gary in just a little bit, get it all done. And I've been told he'll be on here momentarily, which is good, right? Wonderful. To do that. So
good to go.
He's on?
That's what I got here.
Okay. All right. Well, without further ado, let's welcome to the show. I'm really excited about this. Welcoming Gary Sinise to the show today. Gary, thank you for doing this. How are you?
So glad to be with you. Thanks for having me. I'm doing good.
That's great. We played a snippet before you came on of your son's music from Southern Grind. How cool is this, Gary, to still discover music that your son had a big part of? And I just think this is beautiful.
Oh, thanks. It's pretty tremendous for your listeners that don't know. We lost our son a couple of years ago to a very, very rare cancer called chordoma. He was a tremendous musician. The cancer disabled him, and he for a long time he wasn't even thinking about music because we were in the fight. And in 2023, early 2023, he said he wanted to try to finish a piece of music that he had written in college that he never finished. He went back to work, finished that piece of music, ended up creating a whole album of music called Resurrection and Revival. Then, unfortunately, about 2 weeks after he finished the album and everything was going to press, we lost him. I started looking through his files after that, and then I started finding all this additional music.
Wow.
I went to work and produced Resurrection and Revival Part 3, and I thought I'd found all the music. And then last year, I started going through his files again, and I found more, and I went to work on Resurrection and Revival Part 3, and that piece that you're talking about, Southern Grind, was actually the first piece that I found that I had not found it the first time around. And it's such a cool blues tune. He was writing it for an industrial film. I never knew anything about it. I just found I found a link in his files that said Southern Grind on it. I clicked on it, and this gorgeous music came out. And that started me on a whole project, and I started discovering a lot more music. And now there's a third album, Resurrection and Revival Part 3.
And that can be found on GarySiniseFoundation.com. Is that correct?
.org, yeah, GarySiniseFoundation.org. Mac, when he said to me before he died, he said, "Dad, let's print 100 vinyl records so I can give them to friends, and if we sell any, the proceeds could go to the Gary Sinise Foundation." And we ended up, after he died, we ended up printing thousands of records. And at one point last year, both Resurrection and Revival Part 1 and Part 2 were among the most downloaded albums in America on iTunes. I mean, and this is the top 10 So you got Blake Shelton, you got Morgan Wallen, and you got Max Sinise twice with both records. It was incredible.
Oh, that is great. I know it's bittersweet because he's no longer with us, but it's got to be so beautiful, Gary, to know that he still lives this way with all of us, right?
The music has been a tremendous blessing. I mean, I'm writing a book right now. It's called Graceful Warrior. It's Mac's story and everything. And there's a chapter toward the end of the book that I call Discovery of Treasure. And it's after he died, I just start discovering all this music. And I'm heartbroken, of course, with what's going on. Our whole family going through difficult things. And then I start discovering all these things. And it was truly like these beautiful gifts that Mac just left and for me to discover. And that gave me these wonderful projects to work on, which I've been focused on. And the music is great. I mean, orchestras have been playing it. The National Symphony Orchestra in D.C. have played 2 of his pieces.
Wow.
The Nashville Symphony is going to play another one of his pieces on Labor Day. So orchestras, if these kinds of orchestras are playing this music, it's good. And I just, we don't have a record company. We're just Gary Sinise Foundation, and we're trying to get the word out about the records. And I appreciate you helping us do that.
Absolutely. I know all the proceeds go to the foundation. Gary Sinise is with us. Gary and I walked into our studio Wednesday. My co-host, I said, hey, I think we got Gary Sinise on Friday. And he said, oh, my God, there's this Paul Skeens connection and all this stuff, da-da-da. So I'm going to let my co-host take it over because that's all he's been talking about is your connection with Paul Skeens. Nick?
Thank you. Yeah, Gary Sinise is on the line with us. Gary, when it comes to Paul Skeens and just his, I guess, being involved with the military, he obviously went to the Air Force Academy his first couple years in college, and then the Gary Sinise Foundation kind of arises into his lap, basically. His rookie year says he's going to donate $100 per strikeout. In his entire career right now, he has 485 strikeouts. If my math is right, I'm not the best. I went through second grade math. That's $48,500. What has he been to you for this entire foundation?
He's not only a great pitcher. I mean, I wish we had him on the Cubs. I'm a Cub fan. But
right.
He is just a great human being, and he wants to give back. I think Paul just feels like he's been blessed with some great gifts, and he has an opportunity to help people, and he's doing it. And I think that's just part of being a grateful American, or just being a human being. If we realize, if we are blessed enough to have good fortune in our lives and success and all of that, and can share that with others, that's a beautiful blessing. It gives life great purpose. And I think Paul is living that right now. And for such a young guy to be wanting to do that, to take his time to go out there and help folks in the military families and whatnot. He's done a USO tour. He'll probably do another one at some point. He's done a lot with the Gary Sinise Foundation and raised money for us and donated money for us and gone to some of our events and served food to the troops. And we do a big event at Disney World with the families of our fallen heroes. All these children are there. And Paul showed up at that just to dance around with the kids and have some fun with them and take pictures. He's just a very charitable guy, and that's to be admired, especially for someone kind of so young, But I think he really realizes that freedom comes at a price. People are paying that price, and he wants to do something to help them through.
Absolutely. For a guy like that, like you said, with all the success so early in his career, I think his upbringing with his relatives that were also involved with the military, keeping him grounded, and it just humbles him to just be involved like this. Recently, in the month of June, it was announced that Paul Skeens was the most valuable philanthropist of June for Major League Baseball. And in a result of that, he was awarded a $10,000 grant to support his work with the Gary Sinise Foundation. I bet it was a great thing to hear that as well.
Oh, absolutely. And I hope, when we follow examples of service, and take up that charge ourselves, it can give life great purpose. And I hope, other young, there's a lot of people in Major League Baseball and sports in general who realize they're successful and they're blessed in certain ways and they're giving back. Paul is doing that. I'm glad he chose the Gary Sinise Foundation to get involved with. His dad was actually the one who recommended he look at us. I don't think he knew what the Gary Sinise Foundation was doing until his dad mentioned it, and then he started looking at what we're doing and who I am and all of that, and he chose to give us some money every time he struck somebody out. I think that's just so cool, wonderful. I've met him a few times and very, very grateful for his support.
Absolutely, yeah. Gary Sinise is online with us today here for the Chase McJoe Show. It was in his announcement when he was awarded this Most Valuable Philanthropist Award. You mentioned earlier the USO tour that he took over, and it went to Europe, I believe. He went to Europe, and then as he's continued his career in Major League Baseball, I think it was recently 2-3 weeks ago, he passed by a Little League baseball field where there were kids playing baseball, and again, back to his humbleness and his upbringing, I'm gonna stick around and hang out with these kids and basically give them a memory that'll last forever. And I just think it's so rare to see that in a professional athlete, just to give back to the community in that form and fashion.
Yeah, and it's great to remember where you came from, exactly. And never kind of lose sight of that. He's not doing that. I think he's got it in his DNA to, recognize that he can do something for somebody else by just showing up. And I admire that.
Very good. Gary Sinise is with us on the phone. Gary, we're now 9 minutes into the interview. We've not mentioned Lieutenant Dan yet. Is that pretty cool?
Oh, wow. Thank you. But you just did.
There we go. We got to get to it at some point. I want to say I was watching the Tony Awards. Lori Metcalf wins a Tony, and she gives you a shout-out. Did you see that?
I was at an event that night for my son's the latest album in my son's Resurrection and Revival series. And so I didn't see it. But when I got home, there were a bunch of text messages. Hey, Lori just said, talked about you. And here's the thing about Laura. She's we all go back to, over 50 years together. And we started acting at the same time. We were all in the same theater company, Steppenwolf. And like Paul, Lori remembers where she came from in those early days. That's where we all learned what we ended up making a living at, acting. And Lori, I think she wanted to reflect on that, go back to the beginning of her career when she didn't know anything and she was just starting out, and mention all the people that were there when she started. And that I thought that was really great. I mean, Lori's she's top notch and really just a champ. And I'm very happy for her that she won.
It was great. It was really cool because I was like, we got to get Gary on the show. I get a few more moments with you because we love having you on. Gary Sinise with us. I worked in TV for a long time, Gary, and I watched the Memorial Day from the nation's capital. There's got to be 1,000 moving parts at every second, and you guys do such a good job, Gary, of keeping things on point. I really don't have a question with this. I just want to say great job because I know the chaos behind the scenes, but that's always a beautiful, beautiful show.
They do a magnificent job. We always, every year at the end of the show, we say, hey, that's the best show we've ever done. And it's just because every show is really good. And they have a well-oiled machine there. It's Capitol Concerts that puts that concert on. And I'll tell you, on July 3rd this year, I'm going back to do their what is normally their July 4th show. They're doing it on July 3rd this year on PBS. And they've asked me to come and be a part of that. And then I'll do that on July 3rd. And then July 4th, there's this big, giant July 4th thing going on in D.C., and they've asked me to narrate for that as well. And there's going to be an 81-piece orchestra, and they're going to be playing one of my son's pieces while I'm during the moment where I'm narrating up there a story about veterans and raising awareness for our veterans. It's going to be pretty cool, I think.
Oh, that is beautiful. All right, now we got to talk about Lieutenant Dan for a few moments. Gary Sinise is on with us again. The foundation, GarySiniseFoundation.org. Such beautiful work that you guys do. We had you on about 2 years ago, and we were talking about this. And I asked Nick. I said I want to ask him this one question when he comes on. When you're doing Forrest Gump at that moment, I know it was raining and the scenes with Tom Hanks and everybody. Did you have any idea, Gary, that the Lieutenant Dan character would become as iconic as it is, and this movie, Forrest Gump, would be as iconic as that is? Any idea when you were doing that?
all I knew at that point was, well, one, I was getting paid to act, and that was good. And secondly, I was working with Tom Hanks, and I was working with Bob Zemeckis on a really great script by Eric Roth. And so we knew we were in good hands and we were working on a good piece of material. That's about all we could know at the time. And then when I saw the movie, all finished, then I remember we all saw it together in a small screening room, and everybody looked at each other and everybody knew it was great.
Oh.
And it came out the following week, and there you go. It was a big hit. And I'll tell you, the Lieutenant Dan thing, it was a great character, Vietnam veteran, all of that. I have Vietnam veterans in my family, but the thing that I rode the wave. It was Oscars and all the big hit at the box office, all these things. But when I started going into hospital rooms and visiting the real life Lieutenant Dan, I had no idea how that character was going to play a role in my life with a lot of our wounded folks. And it's been pretty cool to be able to, have Lieutenant Dan kind of be a nice, conversation starter, with somebody who's really missing their legs or really severely injured, and to talk about that when they want to talk about it. And Lieutenant Dan has just played a role in my life. And so I named my band after the Lieutenant.
Right. I mean, sometimes the good Lord puts things in our laps like, all right, this is now my mission, and that's it. And just reading about how you've done with the troops and it's just, did you ever think you would get to this level the way your foundation has with helping the veterans, everybody? Because it is a wonderful, wonderful thing that you guys are doing, Gary.
Thank you. We're about next weekend. We are having our 15th anniversary gala celebration, and from the beginning, I was the first donor, of course, and we started out small. We had certain small number of programs. Over the years, we have brought on board just hundreds and hundreds of donors, thousands of donors, to the Gary Sinise Foundation, GarySiniseFoundation.org, companies who help us build our homes that we build for our wounded, just all these organizations that have gone on board. I wanted to start something in the beginning that would be lasting and that would make an impact and would stand shoulder to shoulder with any top veterans organization. That was my goal in the beginning. And I think, I can look at our staff and I can look at the dedication of our staff, the great board that we have, the generous donors, thousands of people rallying around this cause. And I can say, I'm proud. I think we've achieved that, and
right.
we continue to grow, and there's always more to do. And, we can only do what we can do if we have the support of the American people. And so I'm always encouraging people to look at what we're doing and come on board and help us do it.
The GarySiniseFoundation.org. Before we go, next Thursday, you are feeding first responders. Is that down in Williamson County, Gary?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a board meeting next week. We're going to be feeding first responders at one of the Franklin firehouses. We have our 15th anniversary gala coming up next week's a big week.
I love it. Again, GarySiniseFoundation.org. And when somebody goes to that website, all your son's music, they can order it right there too, Gary?
Yes, you can see Resurrection and Revival, parts 1, 2, and 3. you can go to Mac Sinise YouTube, and you can see YouTube videos of the music from all 3 albums. And eventually the records will be available to download. This time last year, both Resurrection and Revival and Resurrection and Revival Part 2 were among the top 10 most downloaded records in America on iTunes.
Wow.
I was blown away by that, because you got Blake Shelton up there in the top 10 and Morgan Wallen, all these big stars. And then there's Max Sinise twice in the top 10. It was incredible.
Oh, I love that. And I'm going to now become a big Paul Skeens fan. So every time it's a strike, I'm like, that's $100 to Gary Sinise Foundation. So I'll be rooting on that way. Gary, I know you're busy. Josh, your PR is wonderful. Thank you for doing this. And I told Josh, if you ever need anything to promote anything, just come on and rant about your Chicago Cubs. We're here for you, Gary. Anytime.
Hey, thanks so much. Thank you. I appreciate you helping to get the word out on Resurrection and Revival and all that we're doing at the Gary Sinise Foundation.
Yes, sir. Gary, have a good day. Thank you.
You bet. Thanks, guys.
Wonderful.
Yeah. I mean, you immediately were like, Paul Skeens. And I'm like, what's going on? And you explained it to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, that's the best pitcher in baseball, giving strikeouts and money to the foundation. That is fantastic.
I love a professional athlete that has a massive platform. And I know everybody in America is not the biggest baseball fan, but when you have a guy like that made his entire, profile of himself in college at LSU be magnified to 1,000 by pitching for the Pittsburgh Pirates and then capitalizing on that, winning Rookie of the Year, Cy Young last year, 2-time MLB All-Star, 2-time MLB All-First Team. I think this is just a beautiful thing to see, not only for the sport of baseball, but also for the Gary Sinise Foundation.
Yeah, again, GarySineseFoundation.org. We listen to the music that Josh, who works for Gary, sent over, and it's really, really, really good. And I'm like, man, this is something. And so what a way to honor his son. All right, we're late to a break. We'll take a break. We'll come back more. We're live at Social Cantina right on 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe show. Really thanks to Gary Sinise and to Josh, who works for Gary, for setting that up. GarySiniseFoundation.org for everything that goes on. So if you missed the interview, let's go to GameNashville.com. It'll be there for you. It's worth your listen about the great job his son did while he was here with us, and now how the foundation's doing things. Real quick, breaking news for U.S. men's soccer.
Yes, Christian Pulisic is out of the starting 11 today against Australia.
What's wrong with him?
Calf injury. He's been lingering calf injury the last couple of weeks. He played against Paraguay in the first match of the World Cup, but his just value on the field is tremendous. So
he'd never make it in Metro high school football back in the day, right?
Probably
Yeah.
so.
Yeah,
So,
it's like calf injury. Roll.
Yeah.
Get a little dirt on it. Get back out there.
Ricardo Pepi is filling in for him.
Ricardo Pepi.
Yep.
All right, well done. All right, get back on track. Chris Sanders at 1 o'clock. Tyler Kulka at 2, the Nashville Cats quarterback. Big game in Clarksville on Saturday. The Nashville Cats is for #1 place in Arena Football 1. So we'll talk to the quarterback coming your way at 2 o'clock. We're live today at the Social Cantina. This is the Chase and Big Joe Show brought to you by the Omni Nashville Hotel, 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back to the second hour of the Chase and Big Joe Show, live today at the Social Cantina over in Germantown, right next to First Horizon Park. In fact, if you hit a home run over the left field bleachers, you hit us. That's how close we are. So Social Cantina, we'll have the men's game on, pregame at 1:45 on the TV. 2 o'clock is the kickoff as USA takes on Australia. And what's the news again?
Christian Pulisic is out of the starting 11 due to a calf injury, and Ricardo Pepi fills in for him.
What did Pepe play last game?
I believe so, as a substitute. Yes.
Okay.
He came on at halftime.
All right, introduce our beautiful next guest.
Yes, the wonderful Christopher Dwayne Sanders joins us here on the Chase and Big Joe Show. Also a coach at Montgomery Bell Academy. Exactly.
Right. Boo.
No, but Chris Sanders joins us today on a beautiful Friday. I'm sure he has some wonderful words of wisdom for the beautiful listeners on a great Friday here. Chris, how are you, buddy?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I give you $5 after we get off the show. But, man, it's good to be here. This is one of my highlights of my week. I get to talk football, talk life, and let's just make it happen, Captain.
I love it. Yeah, you can just give me a biggie bag. We're cool with that. We'll call it even.
You want onion on your hamburger, or just keep it the same?
Everything, man. I'm an everything guy on the burger for sure. Chris, let's start here with this. The Titans, they end up finishing up mandatory minicamp. People were talking about Cam Ward's footwork. A few players missed due to the baby boom. Mitchell Trubisky had a child, and it just seems like everything's on the up and up for the Tennessee Titans.
I mean, I love what they're doing, and the one thing that I love is just the wide receiving core. We got a lot of guys there. We got Calvin Ridley, we got Tate, we got Robinson, and actually Restrepo's in the mix also. So I love what they're doing, and also I love what they're doing on defense. The secondary's looking pretty good. So it's optimistic that something great is going to happen, but at the end of the day, we still got to go through camp and we still got to play the game. So I'm very, very excited.
Yeah, Chris, what do you like out of the wide receiver room? Obviously, a lot of younger players, but Alec Eilmeyer seems to have gained some weight this past offseason.
Yes.
Calvin Ridley comes back on a team-friendly deal. And I think we're seeing a little bit out of Chim Dike from these OTAs and minicamp.
Yeah, we just have some playmakers. I mean, you definitely have some playmakers. And when I say playmakers, it's not just, making the sexy catch, running the post or running the go route. I mean, you got Restrepo making plays. You got Robinson in the slot making plays. You got Calvin Ridley just doing an awesome job. And you got DK and Alec Eilmeyer that are making plays. So the one thing I love about this receiving core is you have some depth. And I'm not comparing to 1999 because it's a little different, but we had a lot of guys that can make some plays. So when you have a lot of guys that can make plays, your quarterback is very, very excited.
Yeah, take us through that, Chris, that 99 season with the depth of that wide receiver core.
Oh, shoot. We had Kevin Dyson, Yancey Thigpen, Joey Kent. We had Derek Mason, who's a great player, probably one of the greatest receivers to ever come with the Titans. But the one thing that we had in that room is there was no selfishness. I mean, nobody was selfish. Nobody was selfish. Everybody just cared. So if Kevin Dyson or D. Mays caught 5 passes one game and I caught 1, nobody was upset. So when you have a whole bunch of guys that are potentially number 1 guys, but they know their role, it just makes a recipe for success.
Yeah, that is a good thing you point out there, Chris, because it seems like all these young talents that are starting to really flourish under this, new offense with Brian Daboll. You wonder what the target share is going to look like for this upcoming season. Yeah. Obviously Calvin Ridley comes back, like I just mentioned before, but you have Carnell Tate, who's a rookie wide receiver that, with that money that they've given him for that rookie deal, you expect him to be the number 1.
Yeah, but see, the thing about it may change every week because you may have Tate that is going to get a lot of targets one game, but then the defensive coordinator may take him out the game, and then you got Calvin Ridley that's the number 1, so he's going to catch his passes. So now when you take away those 2 guys, now you got to deal with Robinson in the slot, and then now it makes everybody better. Then on top of that, it's 2 guys we're not talking about, DK and Alec Eilmeyer, that are consistently making plays, and then you got Restrepo that could actually be on the mix, and then you go to the tight end position to where you got Gunnar Helm to where he can make plays. So it's a good thing to have, but the problem that you might run, not that they're not going to run into, is you got to make sure everybody knows their role and it's clear cut that this is your role, and we're going to go in from there.
Chris Sanders is with us. Chris, Nick and I have a bet on how many times you're going to mention the 1999 season. I say you're going to mention at least 79 times, and we're well on our way to talk about 1999.
No, I'm gonna say 81 because that was my number. So I'm gonna say
there we go. What's funny is that they try to make all this stuff at camp, all this drama, and now the whole thing. Cam Ward's the worst. You went through mini camps. I know you saw days when Steve McNair at camp looked like the worst quarterback on planet Earth, right?
But see, here's the thing: is Cam Ward has 2 different offensive coordinators in 2 years. So now you're learning different techniques, different dropbacks, different things of what you're looking at, RPOs, to where he has to erase everything from last year and then know something new totally this year. So it's just growing pains. I just think that people want instant success. It's like, okay, put him in the microwave, and now he's just automatically a great quarterback. He's got to learn. He's got to develop. He's got to have the same eyes as a quarterback. He got to help set the front, with the offensive line and understand where the blitz is coming from and make everybody comfortable. So everybody just needs to pump the brakes. He's going to be okay. He's going to make some plays because now he has a supporting cast around him to make it better.
Well, not only that, but go back to college. He in 24, he had a coordinator at Miami. 23 had one at Washington State. So he's had 4 different coordinators in 4 years.
And the thing about it is you may run the same route to run the same place, but the terminology is different. It's kind of like when I was with Les Steckel, and he was my receiver coach at, when I first got drafted in 1995, there were certain routes that he wanted me to run different, like burst off the cut. What does that mean? That means I got to burst into my cut and get out, lie with my eyes, run, catch. Then now I get another receiver, Coach Walters, rest his soul, he passed away, but he taught me something totally different. Even though it was the same route, the terminology was different and the technique was different. So now you got Cam Ward with the same situation to where even though the play calling the plays may be the same, but the terminology and the technique is different. But once he gets that, he's going to be a force to reckon with.
Now, if he's having a bad day and a bad camp and it goes into preseason, and if it goes into the season, that's a major concern. But right now, I don't see it, and I don't think it's going to happen. I'm not a quarterback. I don't go in the future, but I think we're just making a whole lot of something out of nothing.
Yes. But see, here's the great part about it is I'm glad it's happening now as opposed to when we get into the season. You know what I'm saying? So now you can get into practice and OTAs and get into camp and make the mistakes. And now you can go back and watch film. Okay, they were in a certain coverage. I should have threw the ball into that window. So now when he gets into these practices with different teams, he's going to remember that in OTAs, he shouldn't throw it in that window. So it's going to make him better. I'm not mad or upset about what's going on right now because you got to understand. It's just kind of like making a bowl of soup. It doesn't just happen. It has to go through the process, so it tastes good. So now the same thing with Cam Ward. He goes through the process, and his play is going to be good.
How Dr. Crane and I talked about this yesterday. If he has going into the season and it's not going well, does he get 4 games? Does he get 6 games? If you're not clicking, I think, is it a 4-game window? I hope we don't get there. I hope it's never brought up again. But at some point, you got to all right, we got to figure this out.
But see, here's the thing: who's the backup quarterback? Trubisky.
Yeah, right.
They're thinking. Don't think that the coaches are not thinking about this stuff. Okay, the first 4 games he's struggling. So what happens is, you got to get Trubisky that's proven. He may not be the top echelon quarterback, but he has a lot of experience. Here goes 1999. It's 1999.
Oh my God, that's 33rd mention.
At 33rd, so I'm getting close. But look at who we had in our backup. We had Neil O'Donnell, who played in the Super Bowl. He lost the Super Bowl, but still he had a lot of experience to where if our quarterback is struggling, we got a guy that can come in and make some plays. So now you got Trubisky, who's been around, who understands the concept, who understands to make plays. So I think it's a good thing and a bad thing, but it puts pressure on Cam to perform.
Chris Sanders on the line with us. Chris, when it comes to helping out the quarterback, normally the person that would help them out on that offense would be the running back room. Obviously, you get Nick Singleton in the 5th round. You have Tony Pollard coming back, and you also have Tajay Spears. So I think it's a prove-it year for a guy like Tajay Spears. And I wouldn't say much of a prove-it year for Tony Pollard, but how can they really help Cam Ward in year 2 not have any regression and more just build off of that?
You're right. It takes the pressure off the quarterback. Let me give you a perfect example. The Kansas City Chiefs, who did they just sign? Walker, because they know how important the running game is, because if you can't have a passing game, if you don't set up the running game. So you got Pollard, you got Nicholas, you got Chestnut, you got guys that have the potential to make plays. So now when it's 3rd and 3, you don't have to put the pressure on Cam to make something happen in the passing game. You can spread a running back out, you can flank him out, you can throw a little swing pass, or just give him an inside zone and outside zone and let him get him 3 yards. And it just makes your quarterback not have to play hero ball. And if he doesn't have to play hero ball and let the running game, flourish, then it sets up the passing game.
Yeah, Chris, you mentioned hero ball there. I'm a little worried about that because of the left tackle and right tackle, Dan Moore Jr. and J.C. Latham.
Right.
This past week, before OTAs were over with, Robert Saleh mentioned 3 names, and it was Femi Oladejo, J.C. Latham, and Jeffrey Simmons that were nursing injuries. Joe and I agree. I think, Jeffrey Simmons would be fine, just nursing a little injury here and there. But the whole J.C. Latham thing, obviously had the whole hip situation last year.
Right.
A little concerning. I feel like that hindered his development a little bit. But you also have Dan Moore Jr., who is signed to a 4-year deal. You can opt out after year 2, which is this year. If those two, I guess, cornerstones of the offensive line at left tackle and right tackle don't work out and potentially get Cam Ward hurt, that, to me, leading up to what Joe asked you earlier with the 6 games, if Cam Ward gets pulled, whatever it may be, I think it's due to injury, and that's the case of those 2 tackles. What happens if those 2 do not produce this year?
It's the funny thing that you say that, because every year we talk about the offensive line, and we're coming to the season talking about the offensive line. We got 2 of our right tackle and left tackle. They're nursing injuries. And the one thing that we're really missing is they're missing a lot of reps. I know they don't do a lot on the field, but they're still missing a lot of reps because they're in a new offense. So when those guys are out and not getting reps I know meetings and stuff is great, but you got to actually do it. But once you start getting into the camp, and once you start getting the scrimmage in these teams, if they start to struggle early and they start to not pick up blocks and they struggle with the right guard and the right guard and left guard, then now you're going to have a problem. You're going to get Cam hurt. So it is a concern, but at the end of the day, you better get some depth if those guys can't make it.
Yeah.
So, all right, go ahead.
I was saying, Joe and I yesterday were having the funny conversation about these next 40 days. Robert Saleh mentioned that these next 40 days are critical for these players as they have time off away from the facility. For you, when it after OTAs, after minicamp, those 40 days for you when you had to get ready for training camp in the fall, what was that like for you? Because right now, looking at this situation with J.C. Latham, I feel like this is again, emphasizing the critical part of his offseason.
Yeah, you're going to understand, too, guys, is it important to you? And I know on the off season, you got to be with your family, be with your wife, be with your kids, and take trips. Absolutely. But you got to plan as a professional in the right way. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I work. I get my stuff done. I run my routes. I catch the ball. I do all these things. And then on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's family time. We in the pool. We acting silly. We going to Dollywood. We do all those things. So now you have a balance of making sure you're a professional on the football field, but also being a husband and a father and the other stuff. So it's just about having balance. And J.C. Latham, if he doesn't have a big year, I don't think he's going to be here next year. So he's got to understand what's at stake. I know I'm nursing an injury. I got to make sure that I'm prepared, I'm in shape, and I'm ready to go from day one when camp starts.
Chris Sanders is with us. Chris, I want to ask you this. We talk, I love talking to you things off the field, and you've been very transparent how when you played for the Oilers/Titans, you were a me player, right? You've talked about this.
I was.
What moment in your life did you have that come to Jesus talk and say, all right, this ain't working what I'm doing now? Was there a certain moment? Was there a certain game? Was there a certain tell me about that.
You know what? It was in 2000, and I'm going to tell you why. It was the year where we got beat by the Ravens. And earlier in the practice, Jeff Fisher came to me. He said, Chris, I want you to, move to the slot, because Yancey was going to go to the outside, just for, matchup situation. And me being selfish, I had a sorry practice. I'm like, man, how they going to move me outside? Man, I can make some plays. I can do all of that. And in that game, I know they blame a lot of other people, but I dropped like 2 and 3 passes that game that maybe could have changed it a little bit. And I was mad at myself, and I had to look in the mirror to say, you know what? If I wouldn't have been selfish and I wouldn't have made it about me, maybe things would have been a little different. So that moment right there really changed me to be like, you know what? It's not about me. It's about we. I know we say this, but here's the deal to make it work. It has to be intentional, because at the beginning of the season, we always talk about, we're a team, and I love how can I count the ways? But in my opinion, I made it about me, and it wasn't intentional. But from that day on, when I made that mistake, everything I do, I wanted to make it intentional. So if I say I love you, I'm going to be intentional about it. If I say I'm going to keep my word, I'm going to be intentional about it. That's the difference. That's what changed my life.
I know it's a waste of time going back and think, I could have done this and that, but how much of you would love to go back and say, all right, boy, Chris Sanders in the year 2000 say, listen to me, right? I know what to do. Yes. Listen to me. Wouldn't that be great, man?
Yeah, but the cool part about it is I get to pay it forward, and I'm going to give you an example. We were and I know we got to go, but we were playing.
No, we got time, brother, all day.
Okay. This is my bad. This is about 10 years ago. there was one of my wide receivers was getting mad because we was playing McCauley. You don't want the ball and this and that and this. And I grabbed him by the face mask immediately because it took me back to where I was. I said, listen, we're going to need you because if you're not ready, you're focused on not getting the ball, you're going to get in the game and you're going to mess up everything. So he's mad and he's listening. So now we're going to overtime and we need a touchdown to win. It's the last play of the game. He runs a comeback. He catches the ball. We win the game. And that's the only pass he caught the game. And guess what he did after the game? He came up to me and he hugged me and said, Coach, thank you for not letting me be selfish. So now I get to pay it forward.
Oh, that's an amazing thing. And that, like I said, we've talked about this off air about the journey and what football means. And, football, we all love it because it all brought us together. But the fact that of the selfishness, and you've talked about this as well, is that how it can derail people. And that's why I wish some team would hire you on the experience of what you've been through. Right?
I've been through, but here's the thing. It's about making others better. Some of the greatest leaders in the world make others better. So when I get into the NFL, I want to make others better. Just tell them all the mistakes I made because Chris Sanders made a ton of mistakes. But at the end of the day, I learned from them. I grew from them. And now I can look in the mirror and guess what? It's like what you say all the time. I love that person. I love that person in the mirror.
Yeah, you're right. So real quick before they go, if you had 5 minutes of Carnell Tate and there's these 40 days that are off, what does Chris Sanders tell Carnell Tate when he comes back to camp in July? What would you tell Carnell Tate to do over these next 40 days?
Be the greatest teammate of all times because you're coming in as a 4 pick and everybody's looking to you. And sometimes in one game you may catch one ball, one catch you may 5. But be that teammate that everybody respects, not just on the field, but off the field. So I would sit them down and say, listen, let's have a vision beyond football. I know you're playing. I know you're the number 4 pick. You're going to make some great plays. But when football stops, let's become the great man that you're called to be. Those are the things that I would kind of talk to him about.
Beautiful. Chris, we love you, man.
Hey, I love you too, brother.
All right, have a good weekend, pal. We'll talk to you next week.
Too, brother. You too. Okay, sounds good. Bye-bye.
All right, Chris Sanders. I mean, he's great. If you get a chance, YouTube Chris Sanders touchdowns. And we joke I've mentioned 1,000 times on this. Him jumping or almost having to jump over Buick in the end zone at Riverfront Stadium for catching. I was like, first of all, why is that car in the end zone? It's just sitting there.
Yep.
And then Chris, there's also a game I think in Seattle where he just runs in the tunnel at the Kingdom. Just keeps on going. Those are some funny. God, he was so fast. He's Nick Frazier fast.
I used to be fast.
I played a softball game with Chris one time. He had a dinker in right between left and between center and right. And by the time they got to it, he was already rounding second. I've never seen somebody round the softball bases as fast as Chris Sanders.
Was that the Jeff Fisher celebrity softball game?
It was not. It was out in Hendersonville.
Okay.
And they tried to throw him out. I mean, it was inside the Parker.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he walked from third to home. He had such good nobody was around. He had all the good things to get to the to home plate. All right, that's it. All right, so we're getting close to soccer time, right?
We are. We sure are. I'm excited.
Yeah, breaking news, right?
That was, earlier.
What was
Pulisic is out. Ricardo Pepi is taking his place. The starting 11 for today is, if I had it in front of me, I just did.
We'll come back. We'll do this.
Sure, yeah. I'll name that off for you.
So Dr. Crane with the get you ready for the USA game as they take on Australia today. We'll come back with more. We're live. Hey, don't. That's my joke.
Sorry.
Yeah. Let me do the Australian jokes. Are we still in the air?
Oh yeah, I think so.
All right, we're live at Social Cantina out here by Germantown. This is the Chasing Big Joe show brought to you by the Omni Nashville Hotel right on 102.5 The Game. Oh, yeah. Is that the Jackson 5?
Think so, yeah.
Red, what is that?
That is the Jackson 5. I guess technically the
Ah.
Jacksons. It was when Randy Jackson was with them.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. 1984, when saw the Jacksons, remember this, people around my age, the Victory Tour came to Neyland Stadium in 1984, and there was a problem because they're going to put so many people on the field, and that there are these caves in East Tennessee, and Neyland Stadium is on top of a bunch of caves.
Mm-hmm.
And they were worried that it would, no pun intended, the field would cave in. And I lived here my whole life. I was like, I'd never heard that. And that was an actual concern for the Jacksons Victory Tour in 1984 at Neyland Stadium, putting so many people on the field for a concert.
I did not know that.
I did not either.
Wow.
In the words of Johnny Carr, I did not know that. So that's what went on. A lot of reaction to the Gary Sinise interview on our text line.
Yes.
Again, go to GameNashville.com, click on the Chase and Big Joe show, and you will see you'll hear the interview with Gary on there and talk about his son and the connection to Paul Skeens. Several people have texted in like, how do you spell Skeens?
Skenes.
There you go.
Yeah, Paul Skeens.
Yeah.
One of the best pitchers, if not the best pitcher in all of baseball.
Is he better than Ohtani?
Pretty close. Right now, Ohtani has a better ERA, and holy cow, love it. Right now, Ohtani has a better ERA.
That's not what I'm asking, buddy.
No,
is
overall,
he a better pitcher than
me,
Ohtani?
Yes. To me, yes. Yeah.
All right. Who's the third best pitcher in Major League Baseball?
Currently,
Sonny Gray?
No, Christopher Sanchez with Philadelphia Phillies. He's the best one right now.
Who's that dude for the Tigers that's really good?
Oh, Tarek Skubal.
Yeah.
He has all that injury to his elbow.
Oh, is he out?
Yeah, right now. He's coming back. Yeah.
All right. What about the only answers I want to know are Sonny Gray and Paul Skeens.
Paul Skeens, fantastic. Sonny Gray's been playing pretty well for Boston. Last time I checked, he had like a 6-win year so far. 6-3 last time I checked.
He throws just junk in a good way.
Yeah, he knows how to use the finesse part of pitching.
Oh, that's a good
Curveballs,
point. Yeah.
sliders, splitters. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, 8-1, 3.12 ERA. I mean, he's
Sonny
really,
Gray.
Yeah, 55 strikeouts this year with a 1.18 WHIP.
Funny story about Sonny Gray at Smyrna High School. This was 2006, I think. His sophomore year, he's pitching, and all these colleges show up to see Sonny pitch, like SEC schools, Middle, Lipscomb, Trevecca. I mean, all the schools show up. And I don't know what school this is. And if somebody, I'll try to find out because I know a guy that was there. Sonny goes out and his first pitch, one of the scouts, so he pitches, it's a strike, like 93 or whatever.
Right.
The scout picks up his bag and his camera and says, see ya. And they're like, where are you going? He's like, Sonny Gray ain't coming to my school. And walked off, was gone. And then he committed to Vanderbilt not long after. But I was with Tim Corbin in 2007. We were in Clarksville. Sonny Gray was a junior. And I forget who the Clarksville pitcher was. It was probably the best pitching gym I've ever seen at any level. Sonny, this other guy, I think Clarksville won like 1-0. They're like 2 hits. And Corbin and I sat in the outfield. We're like, this is absolutely amazing. And then Sonny ended up going to Vandy.
Yep.
And then he went to got drafted with the A's.
Yep.
Then went to the Yankees. Then to the Reds. Then to the Twins. Then to the Cardinals. And now in Baston.
Yep.
Yeah.
Clam chowder.
You didn't like him with the Cardinals, did you?
I mean, I did.
Easy, buddy.
Hang on. Let me clarify.
All right.
I did like him as a Cardinals pitcher, but I knew it was not going to last long because John Mozeliak at the time was the president of baseball operations and was not really giving a true direction of where the club was going to go, franchise that is, where they were going for the future. They knew that Chaim Bloom was waiting off in the wings, and look at him now. He said, we are getting rid of all the old players, bringing in the youth movement, and they're one of, I think, 5 or 6 teams at 40 wins now. So
nice.
The Cardinals are back and rolling where they were 5-6 years ago.
All right, Red has sent me a note and says that Edward on the line was at Neyland that night. Let's bring in Edward. Edward, welcome to the Chase and Big Joe show. Tell me about the victory concert at Neyland Stadium.
Hey, guys, enjoy your show. I think you can hear me okay, can you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, loud and clear.
There was 2 nights I think they had concerts at Neyland Stadium. Joe, the thing I remember, Michael Jackson was the most popular human being in the world at that time. He'd just done the moonwalk on the Grammys, and him and Bruce Springsteen were everything. But we waited, which seemed like hours, but it wasn't. And the crescendo of the buildup, they pulled up there in an armored truck. Do you remember that?
I do not.
They pulled up in an armored truck, and they wanted the audience to see it. So they did it where you could see them get out, all the brothers, and, of course, Michael Jackson. And what I recall, the stadium was packed. I mean, we sat in nosebleed, but it was still, I mean, I got to say I saw Michael Jackson and his brothers. I want to make a quick comment about Gary Sinise. I went to a fundraiser over at Freed-Hardeman University probably about 4 years ago. Gary was going to be the speaker, and that's probably a couple thousand people. And his son had taken ill, and he was not going to be able to come. But I want to tell you what he did. He went down to his foundation office there in Los Angeles, and he spent an important amount of time live feed talking to the president of the university, just going over everything of kind of like the things that you all talked about. Gary Sinise is a great human being, and I would love to have known if he's got any more movies coming out. I'd like to see him in some big movies. Remember Snake Eyes with Nicolas Cage?
Oh, yeah.
He had some great movies, and he's a great actor. But anyway, that's my comment, is I remember the armored truck pulling up beside the stage and all of them coming out, and the crowd had already been waiting, and they were worked up into a frenzy.
Oh, that's great. Good, Edward. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Thank you for calling in, man. So that's good. So I was validated in my story about Michael Jackson, the brothers coming to actually he moonwalked on the BET Awards.
Yeah.
In that year. And that was, remember, we all watched. He did that. And we were like, what in the hell did he just do? I'll never it's one of the most iconic moments ever in TV to do the moonwalk. And then the next day at school, we're all trying to do it. We had no clue what was going on. Crazy, man.
Have you seen the Michael Jackson movie?
I have not. Heard it's good.
Yeah, you can now rent it somewhere. So that's how I watch. I can go to the theaters. I'm not a theater guy.
What? It's already to be rented? You can stream it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's crazy.
That's pretty good.
Did you watch it?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I did. And then I followed up with the.
How did it end?
It ended. I'm trying to remember. It was more of.
Not him dying, did it?
No. It was more of just like the Jacksons, just like ensemble the Jacksons.
All right.
Yeah.
You ever watch, innings of movies of people that really existed? It's a fine line. I'm a big fan of the movie American Sniper.
Me too. Yeah.
So Clint Eastwood directed that. So at the end, he was killed by out on a gun range by another guy. A veteran was trying to help.
PTSD. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the closing shot is like
leaving the front door.
Leaving the front door, right? And you're like, all right, how are they going to end? And then they went to live pitch or the video pictures of the funeral, live funeral. Not the live funeral when it was live. They take that snippet for into the movie. I thought that's a classic and a classy way to end that movie right there.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just when you want to honor one of the most legendary snipers of all time, too.
I've watched that movie 1,000 times.
Have you ever seen the movie Guy Ritchie, The Covenant?
I have not.
With Jake Gyllenhaal. It's based on a true story. He helps out a Middle Eastern interpreter, and it's awesome.
True story?
Yeah, I don't want to ruin it for you.
Okay,
it's
The really Covenant? Okay.
Guy Ritchie's The Covenant.
I'll look it up. So more, much more on the show to come. We're live at Social Cantina. You can hear the First Horizon in the background. Has the Banana Ball
party animals, I believe.
Banana Ball, and there's people already here wearing, a ton of people wearing, but are they that popular?
Yeah, it's turned into its own league. They got I think the Trash Pandas, right? They got the party animals. They got the Savannah Bananas. It's a growing league.
What do you got tomorrow for your remote?
We're out there over in Bellevue, 7120 Highway 70 South. I was informed by my co-host
at Dunkin' Donuts tomorrow.
They're opening Dunkin' Donuts, yes. And I was informed by
promote it, brother.
Hang on, I'm getting there. I was informed by Connor Newt, my co-host. It's right near St. Henry's, and it's also next to Red Spirits and Wine.
Okay.
So
what time tomorrow?
9 a.m. to 11. We'll be out there around 8:30. Share a cup of coffee with us, chat with us. We'd love to meet you. We'll take a few pictures, maybe some autographs, depending on how you feel. If you got a good little ballpoint pen, I'm a sucker for that. So there you go.
Are you?
I am.
Okay. Well done.
Give me a nice, solid ballpoint pen with dark ink. You're
Look,
going to get a nice
I
signature.
told you this. You and the rifleman, Connor, need to be modern day Don Kings for your show. Promote your show constantly.
Absolutely.
9 to 11 Saturday morning.
It's called the Weekend Huddle if you haven't heard of it. It's from 9 a.m. to 11
There we
a.m.
go.
on Saturdays. One of the grossing shows on Nashville radio.
Grossing?
Like highest grossing shows.
Oh, you need to add that.
Sorry.
Not one of the grossest shows
I
on
didn't say,
the
I said grossing.
But people need highest I get highest grossing.
Yeah.
I mean, your grandma's here. She's adorable. You're adorable. I mean, it's a day of adorability here, right?
Thank you. We appreciate it.
And we got 26 minutes for soccer.
Indeed.
All right, we're late to the break. Red, we're sorry, buddy. Take it out, man. This is the Chasing Big Joe right here, 102.5 The Game. All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe Show, 102.5 The Game live at Social Cantina today. Who was that singing?
That was Morgan Wallen.
Morgan Wallen.
Yep.
Some have reached out asking about where to find Gary Sinise's son's music. It's at the GarySiniseFoundation.org. All the information is there on their website, GarySiniseFoundation.org. If you missed it, Gary Sinise joined Lieutenant Dan, joined us the last hour. It was great talking to him about his connection to Paul Skeens.
Yep.
$100 per strikeout that Paul Skeens donates to the foundation.
And overall in his career, he has donated $48,500.
I won't name who it was, but yesterday when you said it, he said Paul Skeens has 99 strikeouts this year, and he donates $100 per strikeout. A friend of ours says, "Oh, that's good, $99 to the foundation."
Oh boy!
And I was like, maybe we need to recalibrate that.
Yeah, add a couple zeros.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Also, some have weighed in about on 615-737-1025. Our question of the day is not a question, but give a shout out to your father. We have a lot of people responded to the website, to our text line, 615-737-1025. Shout out to Dad. We need to know his name and whatever message you want to send after that. So that's very cool as well. And more on the text line, more people saw the Jacksons victory tour all across the country. Viking Matt saw it at Dodger Stadium. A few more saw them at Neyland Stadium back in 1984. That's crazy how time flies, because that's 42 years ago that happened.
That was in the movie.
Victory tour?
Yeah, but they showed them at Dodger Stadium.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Nice. Huge deal, man. Back in the day. What's the best concert? Luke Combs, that's your favorite concert of all time?
Probably so.
Shout out to Luke, listening out there in Dixon County.
Yeah, I'd probably say Luke Combs. I mean, there have been a few others I've had the opportunity to go to. I just haven't. But the one most recently, I know, that's pretty dumb of me to say. The one most recently I'd say is at the Ryman, the Ernest one.
Yeah.
The one that was pretty good.
I got to sit with your mom and dad at David Lee Roth.
Yeah, and they still talk about it to this day.
We were great seats and loved the show and laughed the entire time, and it was a good time. And we laughed because the main thing, David Lee Roth was.
Yes.
But the storytelling from David Lee Roth at his concert was worth every single penny, right? The singing, but the best part of the night, somebody knocked a beer bottle over at the Ryman, and it went from the last row and made it way all the way, and it was louder than the band. And we're like, there it is. There. So the beer bottle was rolling down on the front level at the Ryman, and we just couldn't stop laughing about that.
That's hilarious. Yeah, my mom, we were talking about it, funny enough, this past week on like Monday, I think it was what it was. And she was like, yeah, this is what David Lee Roth used to look like. I was like, wow, there's a difference there. He goes, yeah, he was a little bit taller too. I was like, wow, okay. So a little different.
There was. You excited for what's happening in 18 minutes?
Yeah, I'm very excited. A little anxious, but excited.
So what's your feeling on the U.S. men's soccer team today, buddy?
Now with Pulisic out, might be a 1-1 draw. That's kind of where I'm leaning towards. But optimistically, 2-1.
What's the worst case scenario for which scenario rhymes with Nick Cesario, by the way?
Oh, my goodness.
You're welcome. What's the worst case scenario for the United States?
I mean, if they lose today, it'd be pretty bad. If they lose like 2-0, 2-0, that'd be bad, very bad. Because then they would be forced to win their last game of the group. And you got to make sure there's some other teams that lose and win, and just to make sure you get the right seeding for the knockout rounds.
But, man, we are the United States of America. We've been kicking ass for 200 years. We're 13-1.
You're right.
We should win this today. And I'm part of the we. I'm part of the we, right?
American people.
I don't contribute anything to the soccer team, but yeah.
And for those
we're all dog faces here.
Yeah, and I know we kind of mentioned it, a few segments ago, but the starting 11 today, and I'll give it to you real quick. Formation is 4-2-3-1. Matt Freese is in goal. Tim Ream, Chris Richards as your center backs. Anthony Robinson at left back. You have the one and only Freeman. Oh, my goodness. What happened to my computer? Alex Freeman, playing at right back. Played for Villarreal and also with Orlando FC. And in your midfield, you have Tyler Adams, Malik Tillman. Weston McKinney is your attacking mid-forward. Ricardo Pepe is your left attacking mid-forward. And you have Serginho Dest as your right attacking mid-forward. And then Flo Balogun up top as your true number 9. So that'll be an interesting dynamic because you'll have Malik Tillman, who's a 6'2 center mid. That's more of your box-to-box, I'd say, midfielder. You have your Tyler Adams. It's going to be more of your possession-based midfielder, kind of maintain play, calm it down a little bit, and also play a little deeper into the field. So I'd like to see some overlapping runs that they did against Paraguay in the first match of the World Cup. So if that does happen, then, maybe the U.S. is legit, like better than what a lot of other people thought they would be. So I'm excited about that.
Good. If they win today, when's their next match?
It's against Turkey, and that is, I believe, next week. I can double check on that.
Also in Seattle or L.A. or someplace?
Yeah, out west, yes. The internet's just very slow today. I apologize.
Well,
yes, they play Thursday, June 25th at 9 p.m., and that game is played at it's like dial-up internet.
Nobody cares.
My goodness, yeah.
Nobody cares.
Inglewood, California. So that'd be at SoFi.
SoFi. All right. We'll take another break. Come back. Read some more of your texts on the text line, 615-737-1025. Shout out to Dad or Grandpa or Uncle, whoever you want to give a shout out to for Father's Day that had a hand in raising you. Let us know, 615-737-1025. This is the Chase and Big Joe Show, brought to you by the Omni Nashville Hotel, right on 1025 The Game. All right, welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe Show. I don't think I'm supposed to talk over this.
Nope.
Welcome back to the show live at Social Cantina today out here by First Horizon Park. Let me ask you a question. We have a few things to get to before the top of the hour.
Sure.
Tyler Kulka is going to join us at 2. I love our audience. You always correct us because we're always wrong. I've been told that Michael Jackson did the moonwalk. It was at the Motown 25th anniversary show. Thank you, Ricky, for correcting me. The moonwalk was at the Motown 25th anniversary show. Dr. Crane, somebody says if Big Joe went and watched Banana Ball, perhaps he'd become a baseball fan. My question to you, Dr. Crane, is that baseball?
Nope.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. For those that think banana ball is baseball, it's not baseball.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's the
Good time. People love it. It's sold out. Come tonight to First Horizon, but it's not baseball.
I'll answer your question with a question. Are the Harlem Globetrotters basketball?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
They are.
it's an entertainment style of basketball.
Right.
Same thing. They're the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball.
Okay.
That's how I describe it.
Yeah, I mean, but basketball, yeah. I mean, but you're right. No, you're correct on
Because the
that.
Globetrotters have implemented the 4-point shot. They get the fans involved, doing
Love
the
'em.
spinning thing. You were a kid when that guy came into the studio. That
Oh,
one
it was
day.
great.
You were spinning the basketball. And you're like, I've never done this before.
Well, I mean, I saw them at Bridgestone a couple years ago, and I'm like, all right, they're going to attempt the 60-foot shot. And they made like 7 out of 8. And I'm like, how in the hell are you doing this?
Well, yeah, it's the same thing with banana ball because, like, if a ball goes into foul play, like, I think the fans get to catch and they count that as an out.
Do they?
Yeah, and they can throw it back into play. It's kind of crazy. So I just think that's kind of the same similarities there.
No, let me clarify. Look, I'm watching the College World Series. I like that. I like baseball in October. A random June 13th game between Miami and the St. Louis Cardinals, I'm not watching. And that's just me. I understand that.
It's you. I was born and raised in the baseball culture. I mean, I was a travel ball kid going everywhere. Again, shout out to my dad for that because if he wasn't around, then I wouldn't be probably playing baseball. So
you're stuck with me. So I would travel ball does not want you mentioning that you did travel ball because now you're stuck with me on the radio.
No, but like just that culture in general. If you're around it 24/7, you're used to the hot summer days, long summer days of watching baseball. And for me, I love that stuff. Well, it's a good way to decompress from life.
Well, they did the strike in '94. That infuriated me. I'm like, how are you taking the World Series? If NFL did that with the Super Bowl, I'd be the same way.
Yep.
I'd be furious. And I was furious they took the World Series because the Montreal Expos were probably one of the World Series. A loaded team.
Yep.
My fantasy baseball team in '94 was top of the line. In fact, my fantasy baseball team was so good in 1994 that I could have applied for Major League Baseball general manager jobs.
Like a president of baseball operations?
Yep. I mean, they'd be like, how are you? I'm like, my fantasy baseball team. That's like when Borgonzi got the Titans GM job. My fantasy football team, 22 of 27 years were in the playoffs.
Wow.
Went to the championship game 6 times, won it 3.
Holy cow.
Now, can Borgonzi match that with me?
I don't know.
No, couldn't do it.
Probably not.
Didn't return my calls.
Yeah. Look, when you have players hitting home runs in fantasy baseball for you, I go back to the phrase I kind of coined for it, dropping Dubins. They're dropping Dubin bombs.
What was that?
Dropping Dubins.
Ah.
Remember?
No, I don't remember that, but thanks.
Your colonoscopy, remember? You were at home. You were having to drink all that stuff. You were remote on Zoom, and I made the graphic of you sitting on the toilet dropping Dubins. You don't remember that?
No, I do not want to bring that up. Did you do that?
Yeah,
How are you still employed?
We had a funny joke about it.
I don't
on the
remember me
radio.
laughing at that.
Yeah, you were laughing. You thought it was pretty. You even tweeted it out.
Did I?
You did.
Oh, I don't remember that
Where's your
stuff.
brain gone, man? That's supposed to be me. That's supposed to be me.
You
I
should
can't
ask me that in
remember.
1987. I don't know where it went to do all that as well. No, I don't remember that. But I guess with the banana, good. Look, Social Canteen is packed with people going to see the party animals, which is great. That's great.
It'll be fun.
Bringing people to the game and having a good time. I'm all about the good time, man. That's what that is.
We'll be with some of them tomorrow at the Dunkin' Donuts out there.
Yeah,
in
what is
Bellevue.
that tomorrow?
We were at a Dunkin' Donuts. The weekend huddle, for those that don't know, is from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Who's on that show?
Connor Newt, the rifleman, and Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier, myself.
Just down to 2 of you?
And Christian Skelton, Red. He's the producer.
Yes, sir. I will
He'll
be there tomorrow. Yep. I'll be right here.
They'll be in studio.
I love
producing the show. So yeah, we'll have a grand old time with these players that will possibly be there and a lot of others. It's over there by St. Henry's, over there next to Red Spirits and Wine as well. It is in Bellevue off of Highway 70 South. It'll be a good time.
Okay.
7120 is the exact.
7120 tomorrow, Dunkin' Donuts.
Yep.
Free food given away?
I assume
You don't
so.
know, do you?
I
No,
was
they're not
giving that
free
information.
food.
But again, like I said, you want to share a cup of coffee or sit down and chat with the group out there, we'd love to see you. Love to see your smiling faces and the people that listen to the show. So we really appreciate the support.
Now, your grandmother's hanging with us today, right?
She
We
is.
we love Nani.
Yep.
And it's like 90 degrees outside, and she refuses to come in. The spirit she has is amazing. I hope I'm like that when I turn 60.
It's a cultural thing, Joe. It really is. She came from the deep roots of Sicily. They didn't have air conditioning, didn't have ice for their drinks. They played out in the sun until they got sunburnt. And look, she didn't even get sunburnt. I've always
She's
joked,
not even sweating.
exactly. I call it the Italian glow. It's more of the kiss by the sun.
Right.
You know, some people are light skin complected and they get slapped by the sun. People like my grandmother and myself, we get kissed by the sun.
Oh, I love it. 0789 says, how did you play fantasy baseball in 1994? Did you use a computer?
No.
We went strictly by the USA Today sports page. That's how we did stats for all those that started fantasy football. We did fantasy basketball. Everything had to be the next day in the USA Today page. That was it. That's how you got everything in the US. So we all subscribed to the USA Today to get the sports page. That's how we did fantasy sports back in the 90s. And then when you did fantasy football, if you thought like they'd be like, all right, Brad Baxter for the Jets had 103 yards, you're like, oh, that's 3 extra points. But if USA Today came out and he had 98, that's how you tallied. That was the official everything for fantasy sports back in the 90s.
The official fantasy box score.
That was it.
There you go.
So now it's like which is fine. It's instant.
Right.
But there was something about, all right, did Jerry Rice get 100 yards? Because back then you got 3 points for 100 yards. And you're like, did he get 100 yards? You're like, oh, I got 109. I got 3 points. So you had the official till the next day. Then you had the Monday Night Football game. You had to wait till Tuesday to get the stats that came out and everything with your league. So that's, hey, guys, we managed. I know that's a whole nother galaxy in time, but we managed to do fantasy sports back then because of that.
I'd like to get to this real quick before we get to 2 o'clock hour. One of our fantastic listeners, 2345, has mentioned it's not the fans talking about Banana Bowl.
Uh-huh.
It's not the fans catching it and it's an out. It's the fans that catch it and get it back into play for the players on the field to make the out.
Oh,
so
okay.
That's it.
That's
so,
cool.
Half right in a roundabout.
Yeah, that's
kind
kind of cool to do that.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
All right, we're live at Social Cantina. We're over at First Horizon. Are they the Party Animals?
Yes, the Party Animals
are playing tonight. Somebody said it's sold out. I don't know. You might want to call First Horizon and ask if they have tickets for tonight. But there's already a ton of people down here.
Holy cow! There's
which
so
is
much.
Cool. All right, we'll come back. We'll talk to Tyler Kulka. He's a quarterback of the Nashville Cats. They have a huge game in Clarksville tomorrow. They're taking on Albany. It's for first place in the league. So we'll get caught up with the Kulka Mania. That's next right here on 102.5 The Game.
All right, back here on the Chase and Big Joe Show, 102.5 The Game, out here at Social Cantina. Left field of First Horizon Park, outside their gates. Beautiful day outside as we await the one and only Kulkamania, Tyler Kulka.
So the game starts, soccer match,
Yeah.
and then it's beautiful in Seattle.
Yep.
And the uniforms are badass.
Yeah.
Looks like they broke out of prison.
Isn't it fantastic? The stars
Like
and stripes.
Pinstripes, yeah. I mean, it's really, really cool to see that. And so we'll give you an update as it happens and goes on. And happy Juneteenth Day. A lot of people are off today in celebration of this day. So we love it's packed here, having a good time and everything else that's going on, and a big weekend planned ahead.
Yeah, and we'll give away some Cats tickets.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
After we have this segment. So it should be a lot of fun. That's a hot ticket, man. I know you'll probably be out there this weekend.
I'll be up tomorrow, yeah.
Mike Keith will be out there as the
Mike
Cats
Keith.
captain, and it's just going to be a fun time.
What are you doing?
Actually, I don't know.
Tell the event. I don't care.
Oh, no, it's not a pizza event. It's a different event.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it one of your male modeling events that you do?
No, I know I'm
in demand. You're an in-demand model.
I know. It happens. Look, GQ reached out to me. I said, I appreciate it, but right now I have another obligation. So I told them we'll reschedule them.
Well, enough of you, because welcome to the show now. We have the Kulkamania. Let's bring in the quarterback of the Nashville Cats, Tyler Kulka. Tyler Kulka, good afternoon. How are you, my man?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Good. Thanks for joining us. First of all, I know you had a son, a month ago? So happy Father's Day, buddy.
Hey, this is my first one, so I'm pretty excited.
Oh, that's awesome.
Crying a little bit.
That's cool. Well, I've been there. I understand that. Congrats, man. That's really cool. All right, big weekend coming up in Clarksville. I mean, how has this been, Tyler? Because the crowds have been great. You guys are really good, and you got a huge game tomorrow versus Albany in Clarksville.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. I'm really excited. Hopefully, our fans have shown out all year, and I think it's going to be even bigger tomorrow. Obviously, for a big game, number 1 seed on the line. It's been 358 days since we lost by 3 championship game. This one's personal.
Oh, absolutely. And I loved it last week up there watching guys play, because I'm a big fan of loud crowds, and you guys had that crowd whip into a frenzy. I got down on the field. I heard it, but I got to think, when you're out there running that offense to perfection, hearing that crowd, Tyler, it's got to be a really cool feeling.
Oh, it really is, honestly. And arena football is so great because the crowd's right there. It's loud in Clarksville. I think we have the best fans in all of arena football. And honestly, when you go back there and you're calling plays and you're doing all that stuff, I think it's really, really awesome to have those fans behind your back. And when you score a touchdown, it gets super loud. Things like that are, it's the best feeling in the world, honestly.
Nashville Cats quarterback Tyler Kulka is on the line with us. Tyler, yesterday we spoke with Jeff Jarrett, and he had some glowing remarks about you and just saying your humble beginnings, and you're one of those guys that sticks around after the game, signs autographs, takes pictures with the fans, as you just alluded to. You've mentioned how much they've been an integral part to y'all's success this season, and just how are you feeling going into tomorrow, and just the butterflies potentially that are in your stomach? It's just got to be a great feeling.
I mean, it's obviously exciting. You get an opportunity to go back and play Albany, especially after last year, losing by 3 points. And, obviously it's been in your mind all offseason. This is what you train for, 358 days since that day. And so, going back into that field, the biggest thing we have to do as a team and myself, we got to remind ourselves that it's just a game. We got to go out and do what we do. There's nothing, we don't have to do anything crazy. We don't have to make any crazy plays or anything like that. We just got to go out, play our game, and if we do, I think we'll be on top.
What have you learned from just your game and style in the AF1, and just, I guess, building off of year 1 to year 2? What have you learned throughout this season?
Well, I think the biggest thing is learning to play on schedule. And I think that's what the arena game teaches you. Like, you have to play so fast just playing in an arena football game in general, because you don't have the same amount of spacing that you do in the outdoor game. So then going into a game like this where it's all passing, you need to be able to play on schedule, and that's what the great quarterbacks do in this league. They come out and they're able to play on schedule and do well. And Sam's a great dude. My counterpart on the other side playing for Albany, he's such a good player, and that's what he does. He's able to play on schedule, get the ball out quick to his playmakers. And actually, I learned the arena game from watching his film. So it's exciting to get this opportunity to play against him again and be able to, go out and get the opportunity to play against a buddy like that. It's going to be great. I'm excited.
We're talking to Tyler Kulka. He's the quarterback of the Nashville Cats. They take on Albany tomorrow up at F&M Bank Arena. A lot of fun. Tyler, where are you from?
I'm from Michigan, born and raised outside of the Metro Detroit area.
What was your trajectory to get from Michigan to get to Nashville and play for the Cats?
Well, I think it started off, in college. I was, I went to an NAIA school in Michigan, and that's where I started my career at Lawrence Tech. Started the program. Actually, I was the first ever quarterback of Lawrence Tech. Started for 5 years, and had a great experience there. Built that program from scratch. Helped build that program from scratch. And as you see, my favorite receiver, Kendall Williams, number 12 on the team, is from Lawrence Tech, so I have a good relationship with him. Obviously, I'm glad we brought him in this year with the Cats, and he's been a great receiver for me. And but yeah, so going from there, coming out of college, didn't know what I was going to do. I had some opportunities to go in the CFL. I obviously had my pro day and had some NFL teams interested, and I got an opportunity to go to Japan. So I went and spent in Tokyo, Japan, playing football, where football is actually pretty big over there. I would say it's a lot like the MLS here in America in popularity in Japan, but it's still pretty big. The championship game every year gets around 50,000 in the Tokyo Dome, and it was pretty sweet. I really enjoyed playing over there. And then, got married, and, obviously, trying to start a family and stuff like that, came back here to America and got the opportunity to play for the Nashville Cats last year. After their first game, I believe there was 7 turnovers in their first game last year, and got brought in and got the opportunity to play, and then, kind of ran with the Kulkamania thing, and now it's running wild in the AF1. So it's been great.
Oh, I love, it's funny because, fans in Clarksville absolutely love you, and it helps that you got the Kulkamania running wild with everything that goes on. But I just think look, you guys have a really good football team, and I know it's not about you. You're a big part of this team. How much fun is it quarterbacking this good football team right now?
Well, it just makes my job really easy, right? I say all the time, like, there's good quarterbacks and there's great quarterbacks, but a good quarterback can be very successful with a great team behind him. And hopefully I can be in that great category of a great quarterback, but it makes my job really easy because I have a great team behind me, and I'm grateful for them.
How much are you allowed to scramble and take off? Because I don't know how much you've taken off, because obviously you want to get the ball to your playmakers. But what do you have, like 3 seconds to drop back, get that ball out of your hands?
So the thing is you look at these scrambling quarterbacks, and obviously, me, I'm a pocket passer. I'm not really, I got some speed to me, but I don't got any crazy speed to me. But, I think the biggest thing is we don't call a lot of designed runs in this game, just because in the AF1, how the rules are, you have 5 men in the box and there's 4 linemen. So numbers aren't great in the running game. So a lot of your game is passing game. So, for me, it's like when I run, it's a lot of, all right, I go to my first, second, nobody's open, then you try and make a play. The problem is I have great receivers who get open. So, I just throw the ball to them.
Yeah, Tyler, when it comes to read progressions as a quarterback in AF1, obviously it's fast, quick, all the above. But is it difficult to read defenses from time to time because of how quick it is and just the amount of players on the field?
I wouldn't say it's that hard. I think the windows close a lot faster. I think with the guy in motion, unlike in the NFL game, some people can disguise coverages and things like that. In the AF1 game, it's kind of hard to disguise coverages because there's a guy running motion full speed. So they have to kind of show their hand a little bit earlier than in the NFL. But also, you go into that game at the same time, those windows shrink a lot faster than the NFL because there's a lot less ground to cover. So you almost have to play a little bit faster, but, deciphering coverages is maybe slightly earlier. So it's kind of like, it just teaches you speed, right? It teaches you, I got to get this ball out to my guy as soon as possible, or else I'm going to be too late.
I think it's great. I love watching you play because those decisions have to be made like immediately, and you're doing a hell of a job. Tyler, thank you. I know you're busy enjoying the time tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow in Clarksville, and let's bring them a win, buddy. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Can't wait. Thanks for having me on, guys. Go Cats.
You bet. Tyler Kulka, quarterback of the Nashville Cats, tomorrow, 4 o'clock, Clarksville, F&M Bank Arena. I am telling you again, if you have nothing to do tomorrow, or if you have something to do, whatever, go to this game. I mean, they are so much fun. It's loud. The team is good. They could win the whole thing. Just go see this team tomorrow. Thank you, Tyler Kulka, for joining the show. What are your fist pumping?
U.S. scored.
Who scored?
I believe it was either Tyler Adams or
Pepe?
or Ricardo Pepe. I'm watching it like 144p or whatever it is, that
Nobody
low
cares.
resolution.
Nobody cares.
Might have been Malik Tillman,
Okay.
the midfielder. So they
So
probably
USA won, huh?
yeah 1-0.
Yeah. I dare some Australians to come here to Social Cantina right now. We'll be talking some smack, right?
By the way, because it's such a hot ticket this weekend for the Nashville Cats.
Oh, yeah.
In honor of Tyler Kulka, number 2, right?
Yep.
Caller number 2 will win tickets
Yeah.
to see the Nashville Cats tomorrow at F&M Bank Arena in Clarksville. A 4 p.m. kickoff. Is that correct, Joseph?
That is correct.
You could see the wonderful Joe Dubin out
No,
there.
you're not looking for me.
No, not looking for him. Mike Keith will be out there as the
Yep.
Cats captain.
So caller number 2 right now.
Caller number 2.
What's the number, buddy?
615-737-1025. Again, caller number 2 will win tickets to go see the Nashville Cats tomorrow. And we will see you on the other side right here on the Jason McJoe Show, 102.5 The Game.
Every day, every part of our show is about mental health and getting you guys into therapy. Therapy changed my life, and I want the same for you. That's why we love our relationship with UnityCares.com. UnityCares.com is the place to go if you're struggling, you got anxiety, you got depression, or you just get a lot of things off your chest. They are here for it. Their entire goal is to get you back living the life you absolutely deserve. The website, UnityCares.com. Go there, and every question you need answered about therapy is there for you. How to start, when to start, where to start, how do I pay for it? Everything is right there on the page, so no questions. And listen, they offer telehealth. It's private, it's secure, it's confidential. Everything you need to go is right there at unitycares.com. We tell you all the time how great our world is, and the reason it is because you are part of this world, so we need you here. And listen, with unitycares.com, you don't have to go through any of this alone. Please reach out today if you need to talk. We need you here. UnityCares.com is that place for you. Their whole goal, get you back living the life you deserve. You don't have to go through this alone. And they're based right here in Middle Tennessee. Some of those caring and wonderful people you'll ever meet. And the whole job is to get you back living that perfect life that you need. And you're here, right? You're doing a great job. You have survived every bad day you've been through. You need a little help. UnityCares.com has got you covered. Again, the website, UnityCares.com. Right? A lot of people at the game.
You're right.
Are we back on? Are we live?
I think so.
What? Yeah. Amen, baby. Yeah, the greatest country ever, United States of America, taking on Australia right now, up 1-0.
Yes.
God bless America, baby.
Yes, indeed.
God bless United States of America, greatest country of all time.
Little Lee Greenwood later on. That's crazy. Y'all had him on. That is wild.
For Veterans Day, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how I had Lee Greenwood's number, but I said, "Hey, man, you want to come on?" And then he's like,
had
"Yeah."
his number?
And he popped on. He came on like 10 minutes later, right? And
yeah.
I said, "Chase, I got a special guest for you." He had no idea.
That was in Key West too, and I was sitting at over
That's
off
right.
the side. I was like, Lee Greenwood?
Lee Greenwood.
No way.
It was a good time. We need to get back to Key West.
Yeah.
We're working hard on that.
Yeah.
Got some things planned.
Indeed.
I'm working on one show for us. I've told you about that. It's still, if we could pull this one show off,
it might put you guys in a different category.
But that's not what we're doing. It's just, I don't see if we could do it. If we could do this one show from a certain place.
Electronically, it's doable.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, yeah. And then our boy Lance, one of the great account reps at Cromwell Media, is trying to get us to go to Ireland.
Really?
Yeah. Trying to get us to go to Ireland. Do a show from Ireland.
And that the big old stone?
No, not Ireland. Is it Ireland or Iceland?
If it's Iceland, I'm down for that too.
I think it's Iceland.
Yeah, there's a direct flight from Nashville.
Yeah, it's
So,
Iceland.
let's do that.
Where the hell did I get Ireland from?
I don't know. Probably because you thought I was a leprechaun.
You are. Same height. So it's okay to do all that. All right. Any updates on the American soccer?
Right now, the United States of America are up 1-0 in the 19th minute. And
But the USA scored like quickly, right?
yes, in the 11th minute, it was now categorized as an own goal from Cam Burgess, was, I believe, a defender for Australia. But I believe
What does that mean?
it's an own goal. So basically, if the
None
ball
goal.
own goal, it's
Oh,
an
okay.
own goal.
Okay.
So Australia scored on their own goal.
Yeah. Wow, dummy Australians. How did they do that?
The U.S. kicked it onto their net, and they tried to redirect it, and the ball went into the back of their net. So they got it back. Yeah.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
Dumb Australians, right? Go ahead and say it. Oh, man.
My goodness. No, but the U.S. looks really good right now. They're doing a lot of pressing, which is a good sight to see, because if you have a high line and that midfield's playing higher up, and they're basically stopping they're stopping the Australians from trying to play quick and close down the space. So kudos to Mauricio Pochettino and his style of play. It's really paying off right now for the men's national team.
I think, to me, quarterback is the most difficult position in sports.
Right.
Secondly is hockey goalie.
Uh-huh.
But I think the most pressure job of anything is being a goalie in the World Cup for your country. Agreed. And look, if you give up a goal, didn't the goalie get killed? What country was that? Colombia? Didn't they kill the goalie?
That's right. Yeah. The death threats. Yeah, that's right.
No, there was no death threat. I think they killed him.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I don't mean to make this a morbid segment, but that's how valued this whole thing is with World Cup. I would not. Could you imagine in the World Cup final, Nick Frazier gives up an easy goal, America loses 1-0?
I would.
No, I mean, it'd be terrible.
Witness protections.
There's the pressure. Look, a lot of people, I don't mind pressure.
Sure.
I love to eat pressure. I don't
Pressure
mind
makes
it.
diamonds.
Right? A smooth sea never made a skilled sailor.
Exactly.
You could use that.
I will.
Say it back to me.
A smooth sea never made a skilled sailor.
There you go. You're welcome, buddy.
Thank you.
But I would not be a goalie for my country. I just couldn't do it.
I think the most impactful and critical position on the field is the number 6, the central defensive midfielder, because they're the technician of the offense and the defense. They connect the play from the defense to the offense.
So you could be a goalie in
No.
the World Cup?
No, I'm saying the most important position is not the goalie. I'm saying it's the central defensive midfielder.
Crazy. He doesn't give up a goal.
Yes, but if you don't have a central defensive midfielder, your formation is toast.
He doesn't give up a goal.
He gives up.
I'm going to argue this with you.
No, if you don't have a center defensive mid, guess what? You're going to give up not just one goal, 3 goals, 4 goals. Yes.
You got a good goal. Like when I watch Pecorine play on average Preds teams, he won games because he was a badass.
Yeah, because he made saves on his head.
Yeah,
You're
right?
right.
So the goalie in soccer could do the same thing. Am I wrong?
This year, you're more right than wrong because the U.S. men's national team doesn't have a true number 1 at goalkeeper.
I'm talking in general terms. You don't like when somebody pushes back on your dumb soccer takes.
No, I don't.
That's what I'm doing right now.
I don't mind it. I mean, look, I could see where you're right in this case, but I'm relating it now to the U.S. team currently. But you're saying overall, which is true.
I just would not do it. The pressure. I mean, because some of these countries, what's going on right now in America for the next month is the greatest thing ever for some of these countries.
You're right.
I am not. No, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I'm not going to be a goalie, and especially not listen to your mouth.
Well, I would never be a goalie because I'm too short.
There's already a rapper named Too Short, by the way.
Okay, well, I'm too small.
What's the score now?
Still 1-0. Yeah, it's in the 24th minute. U.S. still lead 1-0.
How do you get eliminated from the U.S., from the World Cup? You have to lose 2?
Basically, so that or if there are teams that are tied on the standing points in the group. So say if all the teams have 6 points, or not all the teams, but say 3 of the 4 teams have 6 points, then they base it off goal differential.
Okay.
So since the U.S. have scored 4 goals, and then they've now scored another, that's 5 total goals.
Yeah.
That's good math. You have Paraguay, who scored 1 goal. Australia, who scored 2 goals. So right now the standings would be the U.S., Australia, Paraguay, Turkey.
Okay. Has any team been sent home yet from the World Cup?
I'm sure there have been a few that are, losing 2 games. But as of right now, not that I know of.
Okay.
I have to go back and look at the standings.
I mean, you're Mr. Soccer.
I know that there's a lot of standings to look at.
You know it all, but thank God you're on our station because you know everything about soccer that goes on.
There's a crowd coming in.
Right, they are. They're pretty.
Looking at some of the standings here as we continue. Looks like Bosnia-Herzegovina are at 1 point. Qatar is at 1 point in Group B. The top 2 teams in that one are Canada and Switzerland.
That's too much. Who's going home?
Right now, it looks like Haiti because they have 0 points.
Okay.
They've
lost twice?
They've only played 1 game.
Okay.
Yep. So that's that. Right now, we just wait and see moment. Paraguay has 0 points. Turkey has 0 points. Ecuador and Curacao, they both have 0 points. Tanzania, is that how I pronounce that?
Yeah.
0 points. Netherlands have 1 point. Japan has 1 point. But again, off goal differential, goals for and goals against. Japan has that.
I think of everything that you've done, the fact that you actually pronounced Curacao perfectly. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
How's Curaçao doing?
No, not Curaçao.
No, Curacao is actually a liqueur. So if you're a bartender, you know what Curacao is. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
The most interesting of the groups, Group G and Group H. Group G has New Zealand, Iran, Belgium, and Egypt. Every single one of those teams have 1 point. So that is going to be a fun one to watch.
How do you get 1 point?
You draw. So if you tie 1-1, 2-2, 0-0,
okay,
that's how you get a standing point.
Is that the same with MLS?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is in the group stages of all it all. And then you have Group H, which is Uruguay, Saudi Arabia, Spain, and Cape Verde. And
they won the other day.
They tied.
Okay,
yeah.
sorry.
So they got 1 point. It's interesting because, look, they could potentially win their next game, and they could find themselves maybe going on to the knockout rounds. It'd be a fun one to watch. Their next game is against Uruguay, and it's on Sunday at 5 o'clock. Uruguay is one of those teams that is coached by Marco Bielsa that, he likes to see his team play fast, likes to see his team congest the middle of the field. But with Cape Verde, I mean, they're just one of those gritty teams, kind of like Bosnia-Herzegovina when they went up against Canada. And the longer Bosnia and Herzegovina continues in this tournament, it makes Italy look a lot better. So
okay, but Italy didn't make it.
I know, but I'm just saying.
That make you mad, honestly?
It does, because I have not seen Italy play in a World Cup since 2010. So, it's been like 4 World Cups. It does hurt because I told you this off the air. I had family that was ready to come into the States and watch games in Atlanta, watch games in
Well, they
Canada.
still come anyway.
No, we're all saving up now for October. We have a wedding to plan for October.
You have the most wonderful, bizarre, crazy family stories I've ever heard in my life.
Well, we like to pivot. We pivot quick. Like we kind of allocate money for certain fun things to do, and then when plans get ruined, we allocate the money elsewhere.
That's when that olive oil money runs out, right? You and your mobster buddies.
Nani, do you hear this?
No, don't bring her into it. No, don't do it. Don't. No, here she comes. Don't.
It's Duce Pots. It's crazy. No, it's all right. You stay there. You stay there. No, you stay there. Stay there.
Your grandmother's so beautiful, man. She's so...
That's all right. You stay there.
We'll take a break. We'll have
Yeah.
her yell at me. We'll
Yeah.
come back next. This is Chasing Big Joe show live at Social Cantina. We're the come here and watch the U.S. men's soccer team play. And Banana Ball is going to take place. We've got a lot of people down here today. Back with more right here on 102.5 The Game.
Here for Stern Talk. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Back here on the Chasing Big Joe show, 102.5 The Game, out here at Social Cantina, past left field over by First Horizon Park. Enjoying a beautiful day as the United States of America are up 1-0 over Australia in the second match of the World Cup group stages for them. And I have good old Big Joe Dubin alongside the
Hey,
left.
pal, good to be
Howard,
here.
Good to see you, man.
By the way, that was that Hootie singing that?
That was Hootie and the Blowfish action.
No, it wasn't. It was Darius Rucker. Do
I know.
not call him Hootie.
But he's a part of Hootie and the Blowfish.
He will fight you.
I did.
So now that I've ever meet him, I'm going to say, "What's up, Hootie?" and see if he's going to put up fists.
Okay. Well, he might. Yeah. I mean, you're the one that just said don't call him that.
Is there a celebrity you would like to fight?
That is a great question. For
some reason, for years, I wanted to fight two people.
And that is?
Dan Patrick and Bill Maher.
Why Dan Patrick?
I don't know. I cannot tell you why I wanted to fight him. I cannot tell you why. Isn't that crazy?
That is kind of wild.
Yep.
If I had to fight a celebrity,
Right?
golly, this would be a tough one. See, these are the questions, Joe, that make America go round.
June topic question: what celebrity would you like to fist fight?
I mean, I love Guy Fieri. I would never fist fight Guy Fieri. Maybe somebody not on the Food Network. I love watching the Rachel Ray.
We're not fighting women.
I know. Not that I'm just saying. I'm listening off some of the shows.
What about somebody in life? I mean,
I don't know. Like I can't really think of an actor. Maybe Mark Ruffalo.
I'd like to fight him too.
I'd fight Mark Ruffalo. I'd probably do that.
Right, that's a good one.
I mean, I have to go look at like a list of
It
celebrities.
used to be Keith Olbermann was on the list, but he's just a sad, pathetic soul. So I'm not fighting him.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be worth my time.
Yeah, I'll
Do
go
that.
with Mark Ruffalo right now.
Okay.
It might change before the show's over, but that's what I'll go with right now.
Which athlete did you just not hate, but just like despise?
Growing up,
Yeah.
oof.
It's tough because there's like, there's a lot of good that you like, and like whether obviously good's bad, there's one you don't like.
Yep.
I can never figure out one that I just didn't like.
I know. I was always being a sports fan. You just like everybody.
I know, right? I like the Bad Boys. I loved Rodman when he was with the Pistons. I loved Bill Laimbeer. I loved that Pistons team in '89 and '90 that won NBA championships because all they did was want to fight you. And I was like, I love the Bad Boys.
Unpopular opinion. I like the guy now because he's retired. Despise Clayton Kershaw when he was pitching in his prime. I mean, the Cardinals always tattooed him in the playoffs, which was fantastic.
Right.
But I just, some reason, didn't like him. But now, as a human being, even as a baseball player, I respected his career.
Yeah.
There's something about it, just the disdain. I just didn't.
Because of how he pitched.
Yeah. I mean,
I didn't know. He graduated high school with
who's that?
Matthew Stafford
Is that so? Oh, yeah, that's right. They're buddies.
from Dallas
That's right.
to do all that.
I like Matthew Stafford. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, there's not a lot of athletes. I'm like, I mean, I know in hockey, there's been a lot of guys that have come through town, not Preds wise, but
Right.
visiting teams that you couldn't stand. What's the one guy that he played for the Anaheim? He gave a concussion to Ryan Ellis back in the day. Is
Oh,
it Corey Hart?
no.
Corey Parker?
Oh,
What's that
my
guy's
God.
Corey
name?
Perry.
Corey Perry. Thank you.
Thank you. Was that Red?
Yeah, it was
Yes,
Red.
it was.
Red weighing in from left field. Thank you, Red. Yeah,
Yes,
Corey
sir.
Perry. Now that guy is a jerk.
Red.
That's a guy. That's a
Yeah.
Corey Perry.
Yeah,
That's the
Corey
kind of
Perry.
guy you hate.
I think another hockey player that a lot of Pred Wing fans back in the day, Chris Chelios.
Didn't like him.
You don't remember those chants? Chelios is a sissy.
I
Chelios.
not
You don't
really.
remember that?
No. I just remember Corey Perry knocked out or hurt Ryan Ellis really bad. I loved Ryan Ellis
Yeah.
because he was like your height.
He was never the
5'4".
same. He was never the same after that Winter Classic game in Dallas.
That's where he got knocked out.
Yeah. He just never was the same.
Well, hell no, because he got knocked out by Corey Perry.
Yeah. I'm just saying he was never the same.
Well, that's why he was never the same.
Yeah. Just stating.
You're about to never be the same.
Uh-oh.
Here we
This
go.
guy claiming I'm a part of an Italian association that I'm not of, and it might sound like you are.
You won't say it.
I'm not.
That's how I know you're in the mob.
No.
because you won't say this.
No.
Your Italian heritage.
It's
you
not
know,
that.
You know how to cook. Grandma defended you, but I'm telling
You
you,
got a stern talking to in the break.
I did. She really.
She goes, Joe, my ancestors, my father,
She
my
said, "No,
brothers,
I'm not
my
doing that."
husband, none of them.
Right.
Even my own grandson. I was like, well, thank you, Nani.
Right.
They're my knight in shining armor to my defense.
I love
That's
it.
why I love her to the nth degree. I
the
love
best.
you, Nani. Love you very much.
She's not even looking at you.
She can't hear me.
She ignores you the same way we do.
Well, you got speakers blaring as loud as
No
a PA
excuses.
system at Nissan.
Well, we're live at Social Cantina out here in Germantown. They have banana ball tonight. I guess the party animals are playing, and the restaurant is packed. This whole area is packed with the marketing part of banana ball
Fantastic.
should be taught in colleges across the world. This is amazing.
It's fantastic. I think someone's singing. I don't know if that is like, is that somebody singing?
They're playing music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You sure?
they're not singing. It's a tape. Yep. So that's what's happening right now over at First Horizon Park. I mean, it's great. Well, what's the update on soccer now?
Right now, it looks like the U.S. are still leading 1-0. Yes, in the 37th minute, with a lot of possession for the most part, live in Seattle. And Tim Ream looks like he's holding up for the most part. Again, he's not on crutches or anything. He's just, one of the more veteran-esque players. The U.S. men's national team on the attack at the top of the 18. Flo Balogun takes it out right to Serginho Dest. Dest crosses it into the box, and
Listen, man, what are you
Sorry.
doing over there?
I'm just excited.
What are you doing?
Just watching the soccer game.
Okay. What does it say if they win convincingly without that Christian guy?
It shows they have depth, true depth.
That's good.
Yeah, it's really good. That means they can go for a long run here, and that's a positive thing. And if their draw is good going into the knockout round, say they're paired with Belgium, they're paired with Bosnia and Herzegovina and or Canada, like that is the best thing you could get to, because that means they make it to the quarterfinals and or maybe the semifinals.
Do me a favor.
Sure.
Grow your hair out.
Why?
Why not? Just do it.
I used to.
I mean, I want you by Labor Day looking like Fabio.
Why do you want me to grow out my hair?
Why not? Because I can't.
Okay.
Because I can't. And
Yeah.
you can. So I think you need to grow your hair out. So by Labor Day, you're Fabio. And by Thanksgiving, you're Crystal Gale. You have hair all the way down your
Yep.
back.
Yep. You haven't seen me with long hair, have you?
No, I think you need to do that.
You wanna say-
I think me and everybody at 102.5 The Game would flip our lid seeing you with long hair.
Yeah, I used to have a mop head back in the day.
But it could just grow it out.
I don't know, man.
Why not?
Because I've seen some gray kind of cut through a little
Oh,
bit.
you're 27.
But still, there's a little gray on my sides. That's why I shaved my sides, man. I'm a young guy that's stressed.
Is it gray because you're worried about hijacking contraband coming in Middle Tennessee?
I'm not from Columbia.
Contraband like cigarettes?
Oh, I thought you meant something else.
No, weirdo. None of that stuff.
No. I just, stay stressed, man.
This is the Friday at 2:40. We got another segment, Celebrity Birthdays. What day is it?
Best segment
By the way,
on Twitter.
DVD did not respond to our calling out for hockey fighting yesterday.
You know what that means.
They want to do it, or they're backing down.
A little bit of both, but I think it's more they
I
want.
think they got a little jealous because we had a great interview with Greg Wyshynski.
Yeah, I even put them
Now, we could do this, you and me and Wyshynski versus those guys and Elliot Friedman.
I accept your challenge, Joe.
Oh, is that the Rifleman?
Yeah, Rifleman, you're not part of this.
Yes, I am.
This is on air.
I
Well,
am.
I
on
guess not. My bad, because
Yeah, because I'm the.
our producer. Okay, all right.
I mean,
good.
do you want to go 4-on-4? Or you want to do 3-on-3? You chase.
No, I think that you could. There, no, it's us three versus DVD,
Oh, okay.
and they could bring in Elliot Friedman.
Okay.
So that's a guy I'd like to fight.
Elliot Friedman?
Why not? Right now, I'll defend Wyshynski because he's our guy. Can they defend Friedman? I don't think so.
So basically, they're defending the Canadian honor while we defend
Yeah,
the United
right.
States of America.
Yeah, but Wyshynski's our guy for NHL coverage. And yesterday he dropped some beautiful
Knowledge.
nuggets of wisdom
Yeah,
yesterday.
I asked
right?
him about, Jonathan Marchessault. Not even Jonathan Marchessault. I said, what's your prediction this early? Like, what player do you see possibly departing? And he was like, Hunch would be Marchessault.
Yeah. So we're going to need you to take out the Rifleman.
Oh, come on.
Wyshynski takes
My
out Friedman.
co-host on the weekend.
Wyshynski takes out Friedman. And then Chase and I will deal with DVD.
But it's like that scene out of Anchorman where they have like 3 different news channels in the back alley.
Nope.
Would Connor Newton and I be like that other news
No.
outlet because we
Not
have
at
our
all.
own show on the weekends? It'd
Dude,
be
who do you,
Christian,
no.
it'd be Red,
Let me ask you right now.
Rifleman, and Crane.
Let me ask you right now. Where does your heart lie? With your little goofy weekend show or with this powerhouse people show, noon to 3 on 102.5 The Game? Where does it
Excuse
lay?
me?
Where does it lay?
Noon to 3, Monday through Friday. That's how I pay the bills.
Thank you.
So,
All right.
Yeah.
We win.
and there's nothing ill will towards that, Connor.
Sent
on
to
the
the break.
weekends. There's
Oh, it's
nothing
ill will. I
No,
take
no.
offense to that.
Look,
Yeah.
I like earning a nice paycheck. So there's nothing
Thank
wrong
you.
with that at all.
Okay.
But,
I'll remember
that-
that tomorrow.
Oh, wonderful. Well, hey, U.S. is still up 1-0, 41st minute, going up almost to halftime as we're going into the break leading up to the America's favorite game, and that's Celebrity Birthday. Steve Harvey, stop calling. We appreciate it. Getting to more on the other side of the Chase McJoe Show, 102.5 The Game.
All right, welcome back to the final segment of the Chase and Big Joe Show live at the Social Cantina today. DVD coming your way at 3 o'clock. We have an update, right, on the U.S. men's soccer team?
Yes, 2-0. A beautiful, beautiful play. Before the first half, that is, and that's Alex Freeman, the right back, gets himself on the score sheet. So 2-0 U.S.
Oh, it might be. Is it offsides?
No, they've awarded it 2-0.
Good job there.
Yeah, that was a potential offsides, but no, it has been awarded.
Okay, good.
Thank you for telling me that.
Well done, pal. Well, I didn't tell you anything.
Well, just referring that. I thought of it and it didn't
Well,
think about
Red
it, so
said there was a possible offsides.
they've confirmed it, so yeah.
Okay,
We're
well
good to
done. With that being said, it's time for celebrity birthdays. And what day is it? Hit it, Red.
All right, first on us, we have Garfield the Cat Day is today, Juneteenth, as we've all been celebrating all day. National Day of Prayer for Law Enforcement Officers today. National Eat an Oreo Day. You an Oreo guy, Joe?
I absolutely love Oreos, and I have to stay away from them.
Yeah, they're tempting for sure. National Flip Flop Day.
Love flip-flops.
National Free.
Cut your toenails.
Yeah, that's gross. Don't
Yep.
want to see that.
Clay, you listening?
Yep.
Cut those talons.
National Free BSD Day. It looks like something with coding. I don't know. National
What was it?
BSD Day.
Okay. All right. I don't know.
It just shows a picture of coding, so I don't
Okay.
know. National Martini Day is today.
Oh, yes.
So if you like a nice whatever type of martini, espresso martini, whatever,
Right.
you have one. National Pets and Film Day. National Take Back the Lunch Break Day. This is a 3-hour lunch break is what this is.
That's it.
National Watch Day. Ugliest Dog Day. Work at Home Father's Day.
Oh, back up.
Yeah.
Every dog is beautiful.
I know. I don't know why that's
Like,
a day.
boxers are the ugliest dogs, but their beauty is how ugly they are. They're beautiful dogs.
They are. Absolutely.
So let's get rid of that day.
World Albatross Day. World Sauntering Day. It's something, shows a picture of feet. I don't know.
Huh?
I'm just going to continue.
Weirdo.
I'm just reading what
Okay.
it's saying here. And then World Sickle Cell Day.
Okay. Well done. All right. That's it. All right. Red, you ready for this?
Yes, sir.
All right. Celebrity birthdays. Being part of celebrity birthdays is a privilege. It's not a right. So we'll do this. All right. You get to go first there, Red. How old is former LA Dodgers pitcher Jerry Royce?
We'll go 65.
68.
77.
Wow.
Dr. Crane, how old is LPGA player Patty Rizzo? Patty Rizzo. Can't read my own writing.
Let's go 60.
45.
66. Red, how old is former FSU player, Cincinnati Bengals player Peter Warwick?
We'll go 57.
58.
49.
Ah.
Dr. Crane, how old is Dirk Nowitzki?
Dirk is
Can't read my writing.
53.
I'll
Kirk
say
Nowitzki.
49.
48. Red's
Ah.
on the board.
Let's go.
Well done, Red. Red, how old is Mrs. Huxtable from the Cosby Show, Felicia Rashad?
We'll go 78.
77.
Red nails it, 78. Well
Wow. And
done.
I had no idea who that was. How about that?
Dr. Crane, how old is Ann Wilson, lead singer of Heart?
64.
66.
76.
Ah.
Red, how old is actress Kathleen Turner? She played Chandler Bing's dad/mom on Friends.
We'll go with 84.
88.
72. Dr. Crane, get this one for me, will you?
All
You're
right.
down 3-0. How old today is Paula Abdul?
Paula Abdul. 73.
I'll go 61.
64.
Ah.
Red, how old is it says rapper Macklemore? How old is Macklemore today?
I'll say he's 31.
Thrift shopping. Let's go 39.
43.
Hmm.
What is thrift shopping?
You know the song I'm gonna.
Oh, I don't know.
No?
I don't know
All
that.
right.
All right, Dr. Crane, here we go. Lightning round. Dr. Crane, how old is singer Elaine Spanky McFarland of Spanky and Our Gang?
Oh boy. 77.
78.
84. Red, how old is keyboard player for Earth, Wind, and Fire Larry Dunn?
87.
80 on the dot.
73. Dr. Crane, how old is one of my favorite country singers, Doug Stone? We love Doug Stone. How old is Doug Stone?
80.
79.
70. Red, how old is singer Mark DeBarge of the group DeBarge?
74.
77.
67. Dr. Crane, how old is Ferris Bueller's girlfriend from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Mia Sara?
Oh, boy. Mia is 57.
I'll go 56.
59. Dr. Crane's on the board. It's 3-1.
Here we
We're
go.
rolling through here.
Come back.
Dr. Crane, Red, how old is Good Morning America host Lara Spencer?
Ooh, we'll say she's 44.
49.
57. Dr. Crane, how old is guitar player Brian Head Welch of Korn?
Brian is 47.
48.
56. Let me get a few more here if we get out here. All right. Red, how old is Scott Avett of the Avett Brothers? He's a singer banjoist.
Ooh, we'll say he's 72.
70.
50. You guys even know who the Avett Brothers are?
No, I didn't, to be honest.
Okay. All right. Last one, Dr. Crane. This is it.
All right.
How old from Grey's Anatomy is actress Giacomo Giannotti? Now, you better get this one because she's in Family. Giacomo Giannotti
Sure it's
from
not
Grey's Anatomy.
Giacomo? Giacomo?
What did I say?
Giacomo?
Giacomo?
No, you said Giacomo.
What says Giacomo?
Oh, okay.
How do you say the name? Giacomo?
It's Giacomo. Yeah.
So that's a guy?
Yeah.
Probably?
Yeah.
All right, how old's Giacomo Giannotti? He's in the Family. Better get it.
Giacomo, let's go 35.
I'll go 34.
37, but that's not enough. Red wins 3-2.
Wow, what an honor.
No, don't have it. You had your chance. You had Red. Well done, buddy.
Thank you. I appreciate
Good
it. Thank you all for letting me play.
You bet,
anytime.
pal. Celebrity birthdays. We want everybody to be a part of that. We love celebrity birthdays.
Appreciate
We don't waste your time.
Not at all. Not one bit.
Hey, thanks to Social Cantina, packed house. If you're coming to the Banana Ball game tonight, check out Social Cantina. It's right here in left field. The food is absolutely fantastic. We've had a great day out here, so thank you for Social Cantina. What did we learn today?
We learned that the U.S. is the greatest country on earth, and Paul Skeens is the best pitcher on planet Earth as well.
There we go. Many thanks to Gary Sinise for joining us. If you missed that, go to theGameNational.com, click on podcast, the Chase and Big Joe show, and our interview with Lieutenant Dan on the show today. Really grateful that he could join us today for a little bit. Hey, have a great weekend out there, and listen to our guys out there. You know, it's a message we learn every show. It's a weekend. Do something for yourself. It's not selfish. It's deserving. You work hard, you get it done. So that's our message to let you know how much we love you guys. And listen, we tell you every time, you still in your life have not met everybody that's going to love you. Remember that. You're doing a heck of a job. I understand there's a lot of pressures on you, things that are going on. Sometimes just ask God for a break. He'll give it to you. Same time, ask him for opportunities and watch him work miracles in your life. We love you, and more importantly, more than anything else in the world, know how much God loves you. DVD is next. Thank you, Social Cantina. Have a great weekend, everybody.